Oh, hi. You caught me eating. Oh, well. Let's see. How do I get that thing back? It won't go up high enough. That's what I get for trying to do something different, huh? Okay. AVDRW. Tony says AVDVR. Good. All right. Thank you. The watch on the desk. Oh, boy. That was intense. For those of you who don't know, I'm starting late today because, I don't know, 20 minutes, 30 minutes before showtime, I get a panic call from a client. Well, text message first with some photos and then phone call. CPA office during tax season, and his computer has restarted itself and failed to restart. I have pictures to show. DDT 2005. Eating is okay. I've seen people stream Fortnite and eat at the same time. I have too. This is a celebratory food. I wasn't actually planning to eat during live stream. But I'm so happy to have gotten that fixed today. And I got a story to tell. You know what? I haven't even started Zoom yet. I better go launch Zoom. It could be that there's people there waiting now. I'm going to go ahead and bring them in pretty quick. Let's see. Click over here. And then click on this one. And then start. Drag that over to the right screen. Maximize. Turn off the waiting room. Oh, there's nobody there. Well, that I did just start the stream, I suppose. Yeah, let's see. I need to turn that piece off. So the Zoom session is open. And, oh, Darren Gilholm. Hello. All right. And there you is. The waiting room is open. Oh.
Hello, Darren. Hello, Doug.
Hi, Alex. All right, before I switch over to Zoom, this live stream today being brought to you by Deli Delicious Premium Deli Sandwiches. No, it's not sponsored. They don't even know I'm making the video. All right, let's see how this works bringing up Zoom. Oh, I got to fix this for Zoom. Because still, even with the new computer, it doesn't do this piece automatically. There we go. It's Jim, Alex, and it's Darren. Hello, hello, hello. Let's see, I guess when I do this, I'm actually going off camera to take a bite. And Pepsi Cola.
Somebody needs to mute.
From a Coca-Cola glass.
That's sacrilege.
Yeah, the glass might start leaking if there's, that much of a argument between them. Oh boy. Let's see. I got pictures. I think I can show you that the client sent through. But really, the short of it is, it was a Windows update. We didn't realize it at the time, and they are in the habit of ignoring it. This CPA's office, they just leave all the programs open 24/7. Pretty sophisticated programs at that, and are loath to shut everything down and restart their computers. And this time, I guess the computer just gave up, because the Windows update second Tuesday was what, 2 Tuesdays ago, wasn't it? Yeah, because this month started with a Tuesday. So I think he's probably been a week and a half with that prompt for restarting his computer. And when he called me, I walked him through the advanced troubleshooting and trying for system restore. But again, Microsoft's wisdom, they just turned off system restore, and it failed to recover. And I'm thinking it probably has registry backups deactivated too. I'm gonna go through and re-enable all those for this office. And my checklist for when I built this computer, not well built it, it's a Dell, one of those microcomputers, but when I set it up, my checklist in the lab said that I did not install the Macrium Reflect, which is part of my checklist items. I thought, oh geez, why didn't I do that? But when I got to the office, I found that the M drive partition was indeed there, and it was indeed making full backups every night. So I think what happened is I did the lab work portion and then did the rest of it remotely while it was in his office. And then I thought, while I was driving home, maybe I actually did put an extra note about having activated Macrium Reflect. Nope, I did not. Oh, that's the wrong page. Let me take a look at that. Because my intention is to have those notes, the status of their computer. But sometimes, oh yeah, sometimes I do an on-site checklist, and I did do that. And there's all the software that I was installing for them. Yes.
Hi, Doug.
Oh, hi. Hi, Josh. How are you?
Good, you?
Good. Hey, Josh, would you mind adjusting your camera so we can see you?
Yeah. I get that.
Yeah. I'm totally envious of your mustache, dude. You got this great big thick black mustache. I can't grow a mustache for anything. Does it show? No, my on-site checklist does not show activating Macrium Reflect. Well, that's an oversight. That's okay. I'd rather have it not notified, but not recorded in my notes, but it is actually active. That's the case. So, oh, he was so happy. I tell you what, I do get lots of thank yous and appreciations from my clients. I've heard other technicians say they don't, but I do. All right, boy.
Hi, Jim. How are you? All right.
So what are you working on today, Jim?
I am going to be redoing the gaming system.
The what system?
The gaming system.
Your gaming system.
Yes.
How was it?
There's a 512 boot drive in here, NVMe, and then there's a 1 terabyte SATA SSD in here. I'm going to be combining them all onto a 2 terabyte NVMe.
Are you going to do them all in the same partition, or are you going to have them separate partitions?
It's all going to be in the same partition. The 1 terabyte SATA drive, I think I may have another use for it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, everything that's going to be all the games are loaded on the 1 terabyte solid state. They're going to get moved over once I get the operating reinstalled. I'm not doing a drive clone because the way I originally set the system up was MBR. And yes, I can use a utility to change it over to GPT, but it's a dual boot system. It's Windows 10 and it's Linux, and I don't trust that to transfer over. What kind of game do you play, Jim?
You didn't hijack. I used that as an excuse to take a few more bites.
Okay. I have something funny to bring up.
Let me first say hello to Gary. He's in the Zoom now. I haven't said hello
He's
yet.
here.
Okay. Good to see you, sort of. Okay, Alex, yes.
I'm kind of going to, but Josh already knows this. I'm kind of going to embarrass him just a little bit.
All right.
He's all right with it. Yesterday I was connected to Josh's aunt's computer, helping him with her computer, and he always thought that Wi-Fi was better than Ethernet. So I ran a speed test on Wi-Fi, and the speed test is like 50 down on Wi-Fi because of the Wi-Fi card in the computer. But I told him, I said, why don't you plug the cable in, because the router just so happens to be right next to the computer. So he got the cable, plugged it in, and his aunt's actually paying for 300 meg internet. But the Wi-Fi box is right here. So,
that's it. Okay.
Basically, she's been paying over $100 a month for 300 meg internet. I've only ever been able to use 50 meg of it.
Oh, well, good. I think over here on this little scorecard, Alex won. All right. Good job, Alex. Okay, so, and Josh, yeah, I caught a little bit of the conversations on Ken's channel in regards to somebody's been turning off your computer when you're away.
Yeah, and I don't want them to do that.
Yeah, I was curious. Have you looked at the event log, event viewer, to see what it says about the time that it was turned off? And
no, but I'm going to be giving that computer to my aunt.
Okay.
We're going to be doing. We already done an image of this current system.
Yeah.
We're going to take this current system, which is the HP, put it on the Dell, and then take the Dell, swap it out, because the Dell is more capable of running Windows 11 because it's a 7th generation Core i3.
Okay, so you're going to restore the image from your current computer to the computer that Jim built for you?
No.
Oh.
The image that's on the HP, we're going to put on the Dell.
Oh.
Let me interrupt for a minute, Josh. What they're trying to do is put
recommended is, being the big computer cannot run Windows 11, I'm going to probably end up taking it back to Windows 10 and just leave it on Windows 10 for her and just leave my aunt on Windows 11.
Okay, and your aunt is currently on Windows 11?
Yeah.
All right, so when you give her it's a laptop, right? Are these both laptops?
No, it's a desktop.
All right. When she gets your current computer, you're going to restore her Windows 11 image to that. Yes?
Yeah.
And then I would suggest you run the manufacturer driver utilities, because the image that's coming from her computer when it gets restored on your computer isn't going to have the right manufacturer drivers.
Right.
Yeah. So let's see. I saw Ken's sent me a text to check messages or an email.
The computer that Jimmy's building me, don't worry, Jim, that computer's not going anywhere.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you know what? The way I kind of set up the stream today, I did not do all of my regular setup. So I'm going to pull up the chat now, which is what Ken was asking me to do, to go look at chat. This is totally a different vibe for me today. Okay, and let's see, I can even, one of these buttons will bring that up. So if I do that and do that and do that, there, that brings up monitor 2 on Big Beast build, and I'll on Big Beast build mute that, and then pop out chat, maximize it, Control plus a couple times to make it bigger. And then let's scroll up and see what have I missed in chat. Let's turn on my period 3-dot menu and toggle timestamp. So I actually see times for the chat items. Yeah, 12:10 is I think when I actually, about the time I actually started the live stream with the countdown going. So Mike Paradin, Tony, hello. Gary, change your mind. I, not Karumba, just I. Okay. And conversations about Josh's computer build. 1 a.m. I'm not sure what that is. 11 a.m. Doug is drowning. I think that's when I did a little audio of pouring my Pepsi. Hello, Aida, Ken, Jonathan Fazani says hello to everybody. AVDR good, and the man, hello. Lunch, yeah, lunch. Usually I postpone it till after live stream, but coming home from that fix at the CPA's office, I was just in a celebratory mood, and it was on the way for me to pick up from my favorite sandwich shop, one of my two favorites. Let's see, who am I skipping over without saying hello to? Darren, of course, is here. Ida again. Chris, I haven't seen Chris. Oh, that was the sound you were drowning. Sound like water. Eating's okay. Ken, there will be people waiting. Really, maybe they left.
11, Jim.
What was that, Josh?
No, we've been Jim a question.
All right.
If we Windows 11,
No.
or Windows 10, I mean.
Yes.
I'm the Windows 11 one.
Yeah. So William, hello to you too. No sound. That was probably when I had my camera turned on for my plate, maybe. No? 12:25. Should have had sound then. Awkward silence. Buffering back. What's for lunch? Maybe it was when I was during the countdown. Refresh the stream. No audio interlude. Problem was here. Alex's volume is a bit low. Oh yeah. Maybe I need to turn up my speaker volume for you to hear it better. I'm going to go ahead and turn it up a little bit. Zoom participants low. Everyone's audio really low except yours. I probably should have read the more recent chat items first. I'm sorry if I skipped over somebody's name without saying hello. My eyes aren't quick enough. John Aloy, hello. Greg Guy, hello.
Hi.
All right, so you just heard Josh's voice at the increased volume. How does that sound?
How are you?
Hello.
Hi, Josh. Hello,
How are
everyone.
you? Good.
I'm very well. I'm good. My cats are cool. Everything perfect.
Everything perfect. Wow.
Yes.
Is
Yes,
that
yes.
amazing? Mike says good. Ken says need them to speak. They have spoken.
I speak. It's not good.
No, I think you're good. I've increased the volume from my speakers, which apparently XSplit is picking up the Zoom conversation through my microphone. And Ken says better for sure. Last week I made a comment about expecting XSplit to be able to capture the audio from Zoom through the system. And I think it was a mistake. I think it's Camtasia that does that, not XSplit. And I think XSplit appears to be picking up through the microphone. Chris is here. Hello, Chris. Yes, I did make it. He fell asleep. All right. You know what? I think that picture-in-picture could do with being a little bit bigger. Since last week, I have completely rebuilt my XSplit presentation, which means recreating all my scenes, recreating all my buttons. Oh, look at these buttons. I got the big buttons working here. Oh, Blackwatch isn't here yet, so you can't make fun of my buttons yet. And then
he's getting a little raw lately, so you might want to be careful.
He's getting what?
Ja, der Jean ist da. Sam. Ist hat just mein Kicker.
I think Catherine's talking to somebody else, maybe. Gary?
Very much, yeah.
Gary, I didn't catch what you said about Blackwatch.
He's been getting a little raw lately. You might want to be careful with what he's pushing.
Oh, really? A little raw. Yeah. Huh. All right.
Okay, I'm sorry, I spoke to my cats.
All right. Well,
They wanted to have snackies, but they already had their snackies. So I cannot give you snacky twice. Yes?
Well, maybe they're wanting it because they saw me eating.
No, it's because I shook the snacky container. So
all right.
I was putting it away, so they thought they were in for a second round of snackies. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So to go back to there, then I want to make this picture-in-picture bigger. Ah, it's too small. I do that here. Oh, that didn't work. How come? Why for? How come? Oh, that's why. Let's do this. That works. Yeah, we're on the chat window. We can have bigger picture-in-picture. This error that happened for my client today, the CPA office, when he contacted, oh, you know what? Let's see if this works. I bought this new cable for connecting my phone to the capture device. Maybe I can actually bring up the pictures that he sent me.
So, do you have a good phone or an Android phone?
So what did you say? A good phone or Android?
He has a good phone, Gary. He's got an iPhone. I'm guessing you bought a Lightning HDMI adapter, Doug?
Yeah. A Lightning HDMI adapter. So it has an HDMI that plugs into my capture device, the Lightning that plugs into my phone, and it gets power off of it has a USB connector for a 5-volt 1-amp adapter. They don't provide the adapter, but I have plenty of those. All right, so that was in a text message that he sent me those pictures. Here we go. So is there anything proprietary showing here? Not if I'm actually on the pictures. It doesn't even show us his name. Yeah, so that's okay. All right.
Well, the fact that I have both an iPad and an Android phone and a Windows computer and run a Linux server for our website, it gives me an advantage providing a tech support for people because I know a little bit of it all.
Yeah.
You need to get the fastest laptop in one Apple.
M1 Apple. Oh, okay.
And I hope you got a bottomless wallet.
Yeah. All right. So here, let's see if I show from here, and I got to send that to live. So now I got my workspace on XSplit separated. So on this side, I can bring up the image that I'm about to bring up before I show it to you, so that I can fix it or blur anything that if I need to. So then I don't have a button set up yet for this capturing of my phone. So if I click there, that brings it up over here. And then I got to do another button over here to tell my phone to do screen mirroring. So it's setting up the screen mirroring, and then when it works, it should show up here. And then I'll get the picture on my phone displaying there. Then I can hit the live button, which sends it out to you guys. And I still haven't, now over on my, I think I'll put the YouTube video up on monitor number 3. That works. Oh, I figured out the thing about my mouse not being able to move from screen to screen. So we got to get to that. Why isn't that shown up yet?
Because it is switched off or sleeping?
Say again?
Because it is switched off or sleeping, maybe.
My phone?
This is why. Oh, yes, okay.
No, it should come up there. And they've got one of these QR codes, and the instructions told me to take my camera to that, but it looked to me like all that was doing was taking me to an advertisement, but maybe it was doing something else as well. So I point my phone to it and then touch on the link that it gives me and see if that will get it to start. And Gary, you're commenting about a good phone. Yeah, well, it's really on its last legs for this charging port. It doesn't connect very well.
I do that to harass Alex.
Oh.
Yeah, because I use Android, but he can't harass me very much because I do also own an iPad. So
All right. So I think what's actually happening is I wasn't getting a good lightning connection here. Because
Doc,
yeah, Catherine.
you may want to send your phone to iPad Rehab. I'm sure they can fix it.
No, I can fix it myself. I could change the charging port myself. I've changed a number of things, but this phone is out of support almost. I mean, it's end of life for Apple, so I'm really needing to get a new one.
What model is that?
What?
What model? 6 or
7 or 8. I'll go look that up here. Let's see. I think it's about to come live. Yeah, there it is. So let's go. I don't want to do this. Yeah, I'll go ahead and bring that up live. I'll push the live button. That'll bring it over to your side so that you can see it through the YouTube video. And then to get to, let's see, where was the general? Do general, and then about, it's iPhone 7. And I think that's about to be end of life from Apple. Okay, so then I'll bring back to Zoom so that I can switch to my text messages and get to those photos.
You about to run out of space? Doug?
No, I think I'm okay on space. All right, so here, then I can bring this on. I'll go back to that capture and then send that live. So here's the pictures from my client. I wonder if I can do this side. Oh, good. That's even better. And then
Well, yes, 2 of 3. Yes.
here's the first picture that he sent me, repairing disk errors. This might take over an hour to complete.
Yeah.
It did not take that long. He told me that he didn't reboot it forcefully. He let it do its thing. And then he got this screen. Your PC did not start correctly. I got him on FaceTime because he's also with the correct phone, iPhone.
Yeah.
And then automatic repair. I had him first do restart. The next time coming through, we did advanced options. And then we went on to, well, when I got out there, I did a few more things and I had pictures of those, and I'll bring those up from my camera. And describe to you what.
And he has still a spinning drive in there, in this cell.
No. This computer is I'm sure it's an NVMe. So I was surprised to see that disk repair thing. I can verify in a little bit. I'll look up the serial number and verify, but I'm pretty sure that's an NVMe M.2 and a fairly recent model Dell microcomputer.
So your Wi-Fi name is.
Pardon?
You showed us your Wi-Fi name, so we drive by your house and try to get on.
Oh, did I?
Yeah. All you need is a Pringles can.
Geez. Where do I want to start? Out there.
Hey, Doug.
There. Yeah.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
When I give that Dell away, should I read the FFP in there, or should I give her the FFP, or should I put the mechanical drive back up?
Well, it depends upon how much value you want to give to her. I think the SSD is definitely going to be a faster boot up time. It might not make much difference at all to her actual use, depending upon what she uses the computer for.
Well, she doesn't ever turn it down.
She doesn't have what?
She doesn't turn it off.
She never turns it off?
Nah.
Okay. I know some people in the Zoom session in the chat room are going to disagree and be upset, but I wouldn't have any problem with giving her the spinning drive. If you don't think she's going to have enough appreciation for it to be worth giving away that value, then you could give her
The drive is a 1 terabyte, and the FFP is a 250.
Oh, okay. Well, you might be doing her a favor by giving her the 1 terabyte, depending upon how much storage space she needs.
Right now, she is.
How many hours are on this drive? On the spinning ROS, Josh?
I don't know. The professor will have to tell you that when I go home.
I'm just thinking because if you give her the spinning drive, yes, the
I do
mechanical
know that
one,
the
right?
SSD has barely been used.
What she's going after, Alex, is the spinning drive is in getting its last layer. They have a lot left.
Yeah.
He currently using. He have available in prepaid. He was using 70 gig. Available is 859 gig.
I'm not talking about the free space. I'm talking about the time that
The drive's been active.
The number,
Yeah.
you can get the number of hours.
If you give her the spinning drive, there is a potential to cause problems for her. Yes?
Right.
It could potentially cause another support call that you don't want to have, and the way to fix that is to just give the SSD.
Give her the FFP.
Yeah, but I'm hold on. Most hard drives got a plus or minus 5 years, but if they aren't used, I mean, if they're just sitting there all day and she plays a game for 15 minutes, that's got a lot of time left. And if she's running database all day and redrawing CAD diagrams all day, it's dead in 5 years. But
Right.
5-year-old computer and 5-year-old drive are not the same thing.
Right.
Yeah, this is why I asked for the hours on the mechanical drive.
Well, I don't know how many hours this drive has.
I just don't want to give you or her any problems. That's the main goal, yes?
Right.
Because when you give her new PC, you want it like running good, if you know what I mean. Yes? Because neither you nor Alex are equipped for really for callouts, yes? Because I'm disabled too, yes? When people have something wrong with their PC, I tell them to bring it to me, yes?
Right.
And then I do the repair here, if you know what I mean, yes?
Yeah.
But neither you nor your aunt can do that, yes?
Right.
So
well, the hard drive that she has now, I can't even read the number of hours it has on it.
Have you tried with Crystal Disk Info?
Yeah, but I
And it
can't
doesn't
read the
tell you.
number.
Okay,
What I mean.
I think you can let it. I think you can let it go and just move on. Lots of things can go wrong with a computer. Just because you give her the best possible storage media doesn't mean she's not going to have problems. Computers have lots of
the hard drive that's in this computer that it's been on for 4 years, 153 days, and 17 hours.
Okay. I think I'd like to move past this. Catherine, you've made your point. It's a valid point, and I think we can leave it in Josh's and Alex's hands. Let me move back to these pictures. It went to sleep on me because I want to show back. Here, just to show the sequence that it goes through. Some of you have, cable came out. Hey.
yeah.
When I get all this equipment fixed up and the way I want it, it's going to be a whole lot easier. Go ahead, Catherine.
You may want to change the port, yes, so the cable can stick again.
Change the port. No, I want to change the phone. It's time for me to get a new phone.
Okay.
I'm not gonna change the port. So here's the pictures when I restart this computer, preparing automatic repair. Automatic repair, your PC didn't start correctly, and then into troubleshoot and advanced options, and then startup settings, and then I think I triple took that picture, highlighting startup settings, and then went into here with startup settings. Over the phone with us on FaceTime, we tried to go into safe mode, and it failed. It just came back to this blue screen. And then we tried in, I don't think I have a photo of it, command prompt. We were able to get command prompt, but that was just ridiculous to try to do that over the phone with him. Anything happening there I should be doing that without him, because his time is more valuable than mine. He charges well over double per hour what I charge. So it's not good for me to keep them on the phone very long. So this is when I was in his office and I discovered the M partition on his, what I believe to be an M.2 NVMe. I often create an M partition where Macrium Reflect will store its backups. So once I discovered they does have a backup over the last, every night over the last few days, I booted off of my SanDisk thumb drive to get into restore the backup. Now I'm skipping one slide here that shows his list of backups because it has his name. That's why I'm not showing that. And then I select his, now these things in Macrium Reflect where I'm selecting the image to restore also has his name. Because I don't have authorization here, let's go to this one. This one doesn't have his name. Okay, yeah, doesn't. So bring this up again. This is showing on top is the backed up the backup of it, and the bottom part is showing the partitions that are going to be restored. This is after I use the copy option to copy the partitions. And then that M drive, though, is not on the backup. I don't back up the partition that contains the backups because that's a circular reference and it just won't work. And it will exponentially grow the size of backups if I'm actually backing up the partition that contains the prior backups. Then what do I have next? Yeah, okay. So then here's Alex will like this one. Verify before restoring checked. And then actual backup ready to start. And then here you have to do this check mark. Checkbox. The checkbox says all target volume will be overwritten. I've had occasions in the past where I start the backup or the restore operation and walk away, then come back later only to discover that it takes maybe a minute or two before this window pops up. And then this one, provide anything useful? No, that has his name. This one kind of hides his name, so I'll zoom it in to show this part. Restore completed in 14.5 minutes. And that's something I really like about storing backups on a partition that's actually on the same storage drive, if I have enough space to do that. If their C drive is small enough, and if the overall drive size is large enough, then we can have multiple backups on the M drive, and it makes for a very fast restore. Now, some people will argue that that's not a true, valid, thorough backup, and that's absolutely true. You should also have offsite backups or cloud backups, but in this, for the backup that this is doing, the boot drive, and that has the applications but has no data, this backup method is fine because we're not risking data here. Their server, we have on-site external backups. We have onboard backups on an M partition like this does. And we also have cloud backups with Magnus Box. So,
yeah, as long as you don't have any data on there, it's fine.
Yeah, and it makes for a very quick, easy restore, and it totally removes the obligation of the user to swap external drives, because that is not reliable. You could also have a second drive installed in the computer to treat that as the backup drive. And one of the other computers in their office, I do have set up that way because that user has 400, I checked today, about 480 gigabytes on his C drive, which he's not, I don't think he's being responsible with what he's putting on his C drive, because that's not being backed up for data. And the automatic backup I had going to his M drive, which is a separate drive in his computer, because he filled it up so much I couldn't use an M partition on his computer. So his C drive is the full terabyte on an M.2 NVMe, and I've got a second one in that computer. I don't remember if it was an M.2 or if it's a SSD. Could be an SSD, but it's a 1 terabyte SATA for the Macrium Reflect backups. I checked it today, and it hasn't backed up in over a year. So I went checking. I went checking on why is that, and it turns out that the scheduled backup job, Macrium Reflect by default stores it in a folder called Reflect inside the user's documents folder, and apparently he deleted that. I'm deducing that he deleted that because it's not there. When I went into Macrium Reflect and tried to edit it, it says cannot find the file. So I went and looked in the storage location, and the Reflect folder is not there. So I suspect what he did, because he's just knowledgeable enough with computers to be dangerous.
Yes.
I think he didn't recognize what that was. It's not something that he's using, so he deleted it. So I told the boss there that I want to do an audit of all of their computers and to make sure that those backups are working for all of them, because that's what saved us today. And as I was driving over there, I was just dreading the rest of today, because I knew what that was, that it was going to be bring the computer back to my office and do a full rebuild from scratch. And they have so many different softwares, and like one of them, Lacert, is their tax processing software, and it is a new program every year. And he needs and wants all the prior years that he's had. So I've got 15 different separate installations for that one program. And it's a fairly long installation. Now, if I did have to bring this computer to my office and do all that, I wasn't going to do all of those older programs, legacy programs today. I was just going to do enough to get him back into business, because he's going to do a full workday tomorrow, Sunday. This is their tax season, and they cannot be not working.
So they have to do overtime during this time of the year.
Oh yeah. Oh, they do monster overtime. They'll work 10-hour days, 7 days a week. That's
in the UK tax.
Yeah, well, if you're on a fiscal year, you might. I think you can end your fiscal year any time you choose. You just have to do that every year once you pick one. It's very commonly, I think, September.
Yeah.
You must be involved in that, Gary.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's not for people. I mean, that sounded weird. That's not for people.
No, that's for businesses.
Yeah, typically.
That's not for normal people.
Typically,
that's very
for businesses, for accountancy reasons. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, typically corporations or government entities, I think, also.
So not even small business or medium-sized business, like really huge business, like an enterprise. Yes.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think small businesses will typically do that, but they could. I think it's an option that you can do if you choose to. I'm not quite sure what the reasoning would be behind choosing to. Wow, that was noisy.
I don't know.
All right. Let's see. So Chris isn't around, is he? I know he's taken a break from the all-in-one that he's working on, and he ordered a replacement power supply for the all-in-one. He tried to get a local shop to test the power supply. They didn't have the equipment to do that. And what else about him?
And did he order the board?
Yeah. He also ordered a motherboard for the tower computer because he had damaged the pins for the CPU, which also makes me wonder if could he have damaged pins on the all-in-one and not realize it, because I know he's a little challenged with seeing those tiny things. And then the pins, one of his videos, he actually touched the pins on the motherboard for the tower. And Catherine and Jim, you might chime in on this. My understanding, I don't think you should touch them under any circumstances whatsoever. The pins,
No,
they're
really shouldn't, but
they're pretty sensitive.
Yeah, and they're like they're even smaller and finer than the AMD pins on the CPU, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And they are bent in a very specific way. Yes. So,
they're actually bent on in manufacturing. They're not all straight up. Is that what you're saying?
They're bent in a very specific way.
Huh, that's interesting. I have noticed that when you look at one of those sockets, they kind of have a different, I don't know, reflection in the different panels, like the right side and top and left and the bottom side. It looked like they're reflecting light differently, like there might be a slight different angle to them. I haven't looked closely at them. I don't know, but
I don't have an Intel board anymore. Yes.
All right. Oh, here's
I'm
Chris.
glad about that. Yes, I'm actually glad about it. It's gone. The Intel system is gone.
All right.
And the only system I have with an Intel CPU, but it's in the laptop. Yes, and I cannot take the CPU off because it's a laptop. If you know what I mean.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out where I left off here in chat. I've got chat on the screen now. Oh, there's John. I remember reading John's. Just looking for the comments hitting me in orange. That's Chris. When he woke up, I saw that. Ken says check contributions. Let's see. Where am I going to do that today? That's XSplit. So if I go over here to live streaming. Oh, here, I've actually brought it up on screen that you can see. $2.99. Well, thank you, whoever that was from. And here's another image of chat. Oh, there it is. Tony Wallow is 99 cents. Oh, now it's $12.99. Did I just say $2.99? Tom K. So there's Tony and Tom. $2 and for 99 cents. And then let's see, did somebody just do one down here?
Marty
OL. Thank you, Marty. Oh, that's covered by the That's covered by the picture-in-picture, so I'll turn that off temporarily because I got a button now that'll do that. Yes. And then there's another thing that I got on today. Let's see. Bring that back. There's a, since I can now do snap-ins for my XSplit. That's not showing me much of anything useful. Let's see if I bring this, I can bring this over here. This is a snap-in for the stream that's supposed to be showing me chat and events. It says offline. It didn't automatically detect the current stream. I wonder if I have to reopen it maybe. Extensions, if I go over here, stream dashboard there, that, and then where does that show up? I don't see it anywhere. Oh.
Maybe it's a setting in XSplit.
It's empty here. Set up a broadcast. Well, this actually, I actually launched this from XSplit. Oh, maybe I'll click on this YouTube. Oh, that's it. That's it. And then I can maximize. No, the maximize button doesn't do anything. So it shows bit rate. It shows running time, streaming to, dropped frames. You know, that's a little difficult to see against that background, isn't it? How about this? Do it this way. Easier to see. Events. See, I thought here for events it would show contributions. Maybe they'll start capturing them now that I have it active. And then down here in chat, it looks like it's pulled up all of the chat. But it doesn't have timestamps. So far this isn't.
Maybe there is a setting for it.
Maybe there's a what?
Maybe there is a setting for timestamps that they are now hidden, but you can make them visible.
All right. I don't see any kind of menus on it. So if somebody else makes a contribution, maybe it'll show up in here, but I don't know. Nothing here yet. Start a stream and we'll let you know about events as they happen. Well, I have started a stream and the chat window verifies that. So I don't know what they consider an event to be. All right, well, whatever. Oh, say again, Catherine?
Maybe you can choose what the event is for you, because for different streamers, the events may be different, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Oh, I see something here. There is a gear icon. When I go to the menu for extensions, let's see, I can show it this way. When I go to the menu for extensions, here's Stream Dashboard, and then there's a gear icon. I know you can't see it well, but I'm going to click on that and see what that gives me.
Yes, click on it.
I'm not seeing anything yet. Let's go back to that again. Maybe I have to turn it off. I'll remove the check mark. That turns it off. Oh, there's no gear icon once it's turned off. So I'll turn it back on again. Try the gear icon. There's nothing, nada. In fact, it over here it's offline again. So I have to click on this YouTube button to bring it back online again. All right, well, I'll just leave that running. We'll see if it captures something else. And the studio I have over here. Now, I was trying to catch up in chat, and I have chat zoomed in over here. Anyway, world, everyone's audio. Okay, audio really low. We fixed that a while ago. Let's see where I was at. Check contribution. So I did that. So then looking for what else people hit me in orange. But not all pictures are hung. It's break time. Doug is streaming, so I must watch. And
Hello.
Sam. Hello, Sam.
Hi, Sam.
Hi.
Hi, Sam.
Hi.
Okay, so Chris is saying tell Josh to let the 1 terabyte be extra storage. Go ahead and give the 256 SSB. So I think he's saying give her both. Put the 1 terabyte as extra storage and use the 256 gigabyte for
Can't do that.
booting. All right. No.
Because the motherboard only has 1 header.
Okay. The contributions were made on scheduled canceled portion of today's stream. Yes, you know what? I think I did see that. I never did actually cancel the stream. I just started it very, very late. So I think the contribution that was made earlier is probably still there. As a matter of fact, what timestamp does this show if I scroll all the way up here? Yeah, see these chats started at 8:14 this morning. So Tony Wallow was in first at 99 cents at 10:11 a.m. well before the first scheduled time. Then let's see, there's interactions between people. Hello, Parker. And there's Sam. Whoops, it jumped on me. Did it jump? Yeah, it jumped. Why does it jump like that? Okay, saw that. Pins are fine on the all-in-one, and the tower I touched the pins after. So he touched the pins after discovering that they were bent. Or I think what he said is he bent them when he was putting in the CPU. He put it in wrong and pulled down the lever and forced it, and that is what bent the pins. Hellos back and forth. Sam's in Melbourne, Australia, and he's in the Zoom session now. And Rick Lakes. Chris says, I still have an iPhone 7, plus it works fine for me, not paying the price Apple wants. I will buy used phones from now on, and I hate Androids these days. Wow, Chris, how do you really feel?
I hate Android too.
All right, and there's Marty's $10. Thank you. And Jonathan, chit chat going on. Alan Barsness, hello to you. Zvi Manor, hello. Busy. Hellos. And Chris, I forgot you cannot do that with drives, lack of cables. Yeah. Okay, caught up on chat. I'll triple click here. So that one is highlighted. And then, how about I show you about how my mouse won't move from screen to screen. Sam, I think you chimed in on that in chat last weekend.
Did I?
Was it you? I'm not sure if it was you. If you don't remember it, then maybe you didn't. Somebody chimed in when I looked back at it later, because I actually watched last week's entire video. I was really wanting to judge it as regarding audio. And I was really very happy with the audio. I think this computer is doing a much better job of even making the Zoom audio from the participants in Zoom, I think, comes through clearer. All right, so yeah, I'll demonstrate what's going on with my mouse. In last week's video, how about?
I could.
Oh, actually, there's Big Beast. I had a camera set up there too. Might be even fun to.
Are you giving that away?
Open the panel. What was that, Gary?
Are you giving that away like Carrie's doing?
The Big Beast? If you think your life would be improved with having the Big Beast build, put a note in chat and then tell us why you think you deserve it.
In 5 million words or more.
Doug?
Yes, Catherine.
You can keep it. I do not want it.
You do not want it.
I do want it.
Who is that said they do?
I said I didn't want it.
Oh, don't. Oh, Darren doesn't want it either.
I've got 2 computers already sitting down.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Oh, Josh would be willing to take it. if I need to get it out of here, he will be willing to bite the bullet, make the sacrifice, and take one for the team, and let me send him the big beast build.
Yeah.
Make it a contest. Whoever
I've
wants
never
it,
had
they
a
get
computer
it.
built by Kelly.
Yeah, you may want to put the big piece build first in a Thermaltake W200. It's a huge case, but it also has rolls. So.
Gary, you got walked over with your last comment.
Make it one of those. Do something with mild, like walk from the East Coast to the West, and whoever gets there first gets the
There you
computer.
go. There you go.
And that way, nobody will get it.
For the record, which I'm sure some of you understand this, this was not my most cost efficient way to go about improving my computer issues. And I had no need or interest in the RGB stuff.
You say though.
I say.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
But
I believe you. I believe you.
The thing that I did seriously need was a better computer so that I didn't have to close down all other programs and everything running in the background in order to do a live stream or to do a recording. And also I would restart the computer before doing it every time to get it to run better. I could have upgraded that computer, but this was more of, I want it, I can afford it. I've been denying myself for a long time using old, out-of-date equipment, and dang it, I'm going to do it. That's what it came down to.
I have a couple of friends, and they were going to get it for their sons for the bar mitzvah.
Okay.
That's actually not the joke you think it is.
No, I'm not familiar enough with the bar mitzvah to maybe appreciate that, but you said
no, it's a spoiled kid routine you're not familiar with.
It's what?
It's a spoiled child routine, not
spoiled child. Oh, okay, all right.
They're 13. They're picking out what car they get at 16.
Yes. Oh, I've witnessed a number of those. That's painful.
That's not the color car I want. No.
Yeah. Oh boy. All right. So then I can punch back to this one. This other neat button that I have now is one of the things that I was having to do. I couldn't create enough scenes and enough buttons on the old system because it just wasn't strong enough to support it. But now I've got a whole bunch of tools. So when I'm going to do a video recording, I want this picture-in-picture. When I'm going to do a live stream, I need this one. Well, I couldn't just do that by using a button previously, but now it's just a button. I tell you what, as I was watching the clock today or waiting for the time to come around, I was so much more relaxed and had fewer things to do than last week because I'm getting this under control. So let's see, what else do we have here? Hello, the Bronc. Hi, hello to you. And when he says second time around, I don't know if that means his second time back or if it's his second time making that comment in chat and I just missed it earlier. If you, of course, to the Bronc and anybody else, if you want me to catch something that you're saying, you do the @ sign and then type live. And by the time you type, I think it's just LI is enough. You'll see this pop up, Live Windows Training. You click on that and then type whatever your message is. And that's what makes it come up in orange. And it's more noticeable to me that way. So I'm still reviewing through the chat. Many times I'm just looking for the orange items. So we did that. Ken Stout says if no one wants it, he'll take it off your hands. Well,
hold on.
Oh, Chris. Well, Chris, are you gonna throw in for that too? That was Chris, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
He said, hold on. I don't know. Was he saying that to me or somebody else? And then Jonathan Fazzani says he's got too many PCs as it is. And the Bronc is Doug saying less is best. I don't remember saying that. But I do tend to sway towards buying just enough capacity. I did not do that this time. That
The other problem,
that is more than enough capacity.
see, the problem is though, when you buy a Mercedes, your next car has to be a Mercedes. And when you buy a top of the line computer, your next computer has to be the top of the line.
Yeah, yeah,
And in 3 years, that computer is going to be the bottom of the line, and you'll need to buy another top of the line.
yeah. There is wisdom in buying somewhat better, and then somewhat better, and then somewhat better, instead of doing what I did here, where I just by working from here and then bing, go way up to here.
No.
Not always an advisable thing to do, and it causes spoiled brat syndrome. So am I going to be a spoiled brat
Maybe.
down the road?
I know when you showed up, there was children all over Detroit pissed us out because they couldn't get.
No, I'm sorry, I didn't get that. Say again.
In other words, they wanted the computer,
They wanted a computer.
and mom and dad weren't going to be able to get it for them.
Oh, you're talking about your spoiled brat experience.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see, something else came up here. Oops, that's not what I wanted. To this one.
Doug,
Yes.
I usually don't go for the flagship CPU. Yes.
Yeah.
I buy a CPU that is powerful enough for me and that will last me many years for what I use the PC for. Yes.
Yeah.
At the time when I buy it, it may be a little bit overspec. Yes.
Yeah.
But as time goes by and the system ages, it will become right, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, now this one isn't this CPU isn't the flagship, right? This is the i9-9980XE, as you can see on the screen. Are you saying that is flagship?
It is flagship because it cannot go higher than i9.
Yeah, but that's ninth generation. They're up to 12 now.
Yeah, they're up to 12 now. It is higher than 9 already.
Yes,
i12 is available, right?
Within the range of the 9th gen.
Yeah.
Because you have a i9-9900XE, yes?
9980XE. I'm going to get that 8.
It's nearly at the.
It's at the top of the i9s, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Because your chipset that you have is a 299. So the 299 alone is considered flagship.
All right.
Yes.
So
because if you want it, you can take out the i9 and put in the Xeon CPU. Yes.
All right. Would there be any reason that I would want to do that?
No.
No. Thank you.
But let's start. Maybe you start compiling or something like that.
I'm very, very happy with this computer. Well, now compiling that, rendering videos, that would be a similar processing needs as compiling.
I talk about compiling
programs.
For programming.
Yeah.
Well, actually, there's a 10.980 now.
Oh, an i9-10980?
Yep.
So there is, it is still going up. Okay, hey, that's enough. That's enough. I don't need, I have not had one moment regret ever since reaching out to Kerry and telling him I wanted to buy this.
We are trying though.
You're trying to make me regret it. No, I don't see that happening. I've been very happy with the decision.
You have a very powerful system now, Doc, that will last you for many years, believe me.
Yeah, and it's a unique story. It's the 2 motherboards inside one case.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go. For those who aren't familiar with it, go back here to the
Yes, because you have the big piece and you have the baby piece too.
Yeah, so that's the big motherboard with a GeForce Gigabyte graphics card that's what is it, 3090, I think that is the number. It was pretty high end. And then that's the baby beast. It doesn't have a dedicated graphics card, but it could. There's the slots for it. I could put in a dedicated graphics card. And I recently put in another 1 terabyte spinning hard drive for my Macrium Reflect nightly backups. Now, I said spinning hard drive, yes, but it is a Western Digital Red. That's a more expensive spinning hard drive that's designed to go into NAS.
That is a NAS drive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's brand new.
You can even give him a colleague. Yes, because these drives, they do well in RAID. They're basically made for a RAID situation.
Yeah. But the thing that I cared about is that they're made to be very low vibrations, because they're made to go a bunch of them into one cabinet, and they want to reduce the vibrations, which is a wearing thing on drives. That's the thing that was really a seller for me. And just I don't need the RAID. I don't need RAID is for fault tolerance, so that you never go down. I don't need the backup drive to stay accessible 24/7.
Plus, then you have to have 2 power supplies in the RAID setup.
Oh, to have full redundancy, yeah. That's not required for the RAID drive configuration, but to be sure that a server, for instance, stays up full time, like one of the law offices that I often tell you stories about. We have rack mount servers that both have they have 4 of them actually, and each server has 2 power supplies in them. And I did have to hot swap one of those power supplies once, where the power supply went bad. So I got I got a replacement for it, pulled the old one out while the server was up and running, and replaced it.
Yes, you can do that with server PSUs.
Yeah.
But they're specially made. I mean, they look weird. They're longer. Yes.
And they're cheap.
They're inexpensive to purchase. Is that what you're saying, or cheap?
That was being facetious, because they're not cheap.
Oh, okay.
Oh, they're not cheap. Exactly. I was like, what?
Yeah,
cheap?
yeah. I didn't.
No?
I couldn't.
Server?
I couldn't have remembered what it was, but I was surprised
Sorry
at
about
that.
Doug. I had to do something.
Say again, Chris.
I said, sorry about interruption. I had to do something.
Oh, that's
for
all right.
Mother.
That's all right. So here we got a chance to go check on that add-in. Let's see. Here we go. Why am I pushing these buttons wrong? There we go. That one. So yeah, Dan the Man came in with $100 Canadian. And so let's go see if that extension did anything useful. No. It did not.
Maybe you have to configure it first.
Yeah, I'll have to go do some research on that. I don't know what's up with that. All right. Well, I know that. So let's see what else happened here in. Did I click somewhere? I think, and I lost my place. Where was I at? Too many PCs. Auctioneer's Hammer Fall from Ken. Javi, why the audio from Zoom of all the participants other than you do not sound good? Still not clear, sound metallic and echo. Oh, all right. When I reviewed the video from last week, I didn't think that was the case at all. Where would be? All right, so let me try. Well, before I try some experiments with that, Let's just catch up a couple other things. Shipping and customs duty would be cost prohibitive to ship to Panama. Yeah, sure, that's true. Shipping and customs duty, well, shipping anyway, would be cost prohibitive for me to send it to a neighbor. Wait for that to clear. All right. The Bronc, I think the beast would suit Catherine right down to the ground. Dan the Man's dollar, and Dan the Man, I will buy the big beast build from you should this cover it. May have forgotten. Oh, that $1 Canadian was to actually buy the big beast.
Wow.
Good luck with that. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they speak English up there?
Yes,
I'm
I do.
Canadian.
All right.
This is bad enough. You got Cam for it.
Oh,
Doug,
yeah.
after YouTube gives you your $1, you will only receive 66p.
Yeah. Hey,
Percent.
yeah, let me tell you a funny story. I hope I can't imagine what would be anything wrong with telling this story, but
I never have to worry about that pin ever again.
okay. When I made when I bought the big beast, I first sent a deposit to Carrie. And then after I picked it up, he hadn't added up all the numbers yet. So I was intending to pay him the final when I was picking it up, but he didn't have it figured out. So when he did figure it out, I was the bookkeeper Doug. Remember, there's a few of us around here. Bookkeeper Doug has been bugging me. He's been bugging me. When do I get to make the final payment to Carrie? And so,
Yeah.
Catherine.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought you were interrupting to say something. Okay. So anyway, he finally gave me the final number, and bookkeeper Doug was so excited to make the payment that he just went straight onto PayPal and made the final payment. And Carrie shot right back with, wow, they took over. And I won't say the numbers because I don't know if that's public information as far as Carrie's concerned, but he said how much money that PayPal took out of it, because PayPal takes a percentage too, right? Well, bookkeeper Doug had forgotten that we had originally mailed Carrie a check rather than using PayPal. I had totally forgotten about PayPal's percentage. So bookkeeper Doug just immediately went and sent some more money through PayPal and to cover the amount that they took out.
Yeah.
But I was just so excited to make the final payment.
And now you get money back from PayPal because he sent the check too.
No, I didn't send a check. The original deposit check I mailed to him. I did the final payment. I did one by PayPal, and then when he said how much they took out, I doubled that amount and sent that again to him through PayPal. So I figured, look, just because I need to give PayPal more money, I'll make this up. And then he fired right back with a big thank you for covering that. Yeah, and by the way, I had a great experience with Carrie there at his Studio B, and Mitch, and had dinner together. And I will seriously want to avoid ever making that drive again, though.
Yes.
Not my favorite thing.
Can I ask something, Doug?
Yeah.
Next time I go to LTX to Canada, yes, I can do organize a flight that way that I can do stopover in where you live in Fresno.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes, I can come and visit you if you like.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be great. We'll do a live stream together while you're here.
Tim too. Yes. Tim.
What'd you say?
Because Tim Sowell lives near you. Yes.
Oh, Tim Sowell. Yeah. Yeah, Tim
Yes,
Sowell lives near me. Sure. Yeah,
He lives
so
in Fresno too.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that's right. You could see both of us, and we could all jump on a live stream together.
Yes, for example, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I keep that in mind. And what is the short three letter code for Fresno?
FAT.
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 FAT stands for Fresno Air Terminal.
Hey Doug, what do you think about my build that I'm going to be getting?
Oh, it's so awesome. I'm so excited for you to get that. And I was just absolutely thrilled when I watched, I guess must have been one of Ken's videos after the fact, and realized that was what you guys were putting together. And just, yay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
It's very nice, is it?
Yeah. And Alex, all the extra help you've been given to Josh connecting remotely. Awesome.
Doug, neither one of us would have known about each other had it not been for you.
Well, I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled to see that connection, and I also see the way you guys are all interacting with each other through Ken's live streams and your Zoom sessions together. It looks like you spend a lot of time with each other on Zoom that's not even captured on video.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen some of Ken's pursuits in his adventure in buying the new house and moving to it, and I'm excited for them being closer to family.
That's very good.
Oh, let's see. Oh, I'm sorry, Catherine. Go ahead and finish that before I change subjects.
Well, I said it's very good for Ken that he's now nearer to his family, and because his son has children, and makes things easier for them, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I also enjoy seeing Lorna say hello now and then in those streams. Lorna is Ken's wife, for those of you who don't know it. Okay, so I want to jump over to a different topic, a couple different topics, and let's do that with this button. Oops, this button.
Now you have too many buttons.
Yeah, I do. It'll take a little getting used to, but they are pretty slick. When I went to design these, it was a bit of mental gymnastics and figuring out how Stream Deck, this XL model, does things. There were some surprises, some things that I said, this is broken, it's not working. But yeah, I just needed to learn how it works a little bit better. So Chris says, where do you get the holder for your iPhone mounted on the desk? Well, I'm sure I got that from Amazon. And Uganda Knuckles, what's the code? If you're asking for the Zoom code, you need to send me an email to, which button does this? It's this one. Send me an email to DougBetts@LiveWindowsTraining.com asking for the Zoom credentials, and I'll send that to you by return email. Let me know in the chat window that you sent me an email, and hit me up in orange. You didn't do me in orange, if that's what you're asking. I don't know, maybe you're asking something else. I might have been jumping into somebody's conversation. All right, coming back here. Then Mariuel. What does that one mean? I don't know. Uganda saying hello, Mariuel. Money? That hand with the fingers together like that? The Mariuel. Oh, Uganda, what's the code? Uganda, I sent. Oh, he sent an email. All right, so I'm going to punch back to the Zoom window, and I'll go look at my emails. Where? Over here. And then, is there an email? Yes, there is. And Oh, it went to spam. This message, oh no, it says this message was not sent to spam because of a filter you created. So it's because I created a filter that this was not sent to spam. It was going to go to spam. Probably
Good.
because there's no content in the body of the message. It's just a subject line, which is fine. I got it. I'm going to report not
Doug?
spam. Yes.
You might want to, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. You may want to check, if you're looking at the one you got email part, you might want to check the channel.
Oh, good point. Good point. Because he's not in blue, is he? And I don't recollect having seen his name before. All right.
Hey, Jim.
Oh, go look at the channel. Because maybe he's a spammer.
Can you make me
troublemaker.
moderator status on your channel?
I don't make many people moderator status on my channel. It's just something
Okay.
I tend not to do.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I heard, Jim, you're not even subscribed to my channel, are you?
No, I'm not.
That's all right. As long
Gary, you got a good point.
Say again, Chris?
Gary has a good point
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, I'm looking at the channel. There's really nothing there. And Uganda Knuckles is not...
If you hit video, you'll see some videos though.
Yeah, but
I
they
don't know.
don't look like
I'm
they're
interested.
not likely that they belong to him. Very recent. Uganda Knuckles, we need to get to know you a little bit better before I'm going to let you come into Zoom. Now, it does look like an individual's name. I mean, it looks like it's a first and last name on his email. So, but still, Uganda Nichols, why don't you just interact with us more and let's get to know you a little bit to be sure you're not a troublemaker. We've had troublemakers before. Yeah, so thank you for that heads up, Gary.
Yeah, I know it's your channel, but it was just, I don't know what's,
No, you're right. And if those videos were of him, that's too young of a person really to be coming in, I think.
a bunch of us old people.
and Alex, Sam, and Josh, this person, if that's who he is, would have made you feel very old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm still waiting for you guys to
Wonderful.
send me a present. My birthday was 3 days ago.
Happy belated birthday.
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday, Gary. Yeah, I just saying, hope we don't have another X-rated stream. And Uganda, there you go. That's the way, Uganda. Keep interacting with people. Maybe some of you will start talking back and finding out a little bit about Uganda Knuckles. I'm guessing it's probably not the person whose face was showing in those videos.
Yeah, it might be a son. You never know.
Yeah, there you go, Chris. I mean, he might be completely fine. And Uganda Knuckles, please don't be offended that we're being careful. Yeah, just hang in there, visit back and forth, reply to people when they talk to you, and get to know them a little bit, and tell us a little bit about yourself. And he says, "Good, thanks for asking." All right. Oh, I think he's referring to Chris. Yeah, keep going there, on the right track. All right.
Yeah, I'll be done.
Now, I was wanting to go. Oh, somebody last week asked about the stand for my Blue Yeti. Who was that? Was that Gary or Jim? I think
That was me.
Jim. All right. So here's the right stand, and Alex was correct in saying, I think it was Alex that said I didn't have the correct stand. This actually looks like a alien, doesn't it? It actually looks like maybe it's a Doug. Does it look like a Doug? And whoops, wrong one. Yeah, so I went looking for it because I told you that I watched through all of last week's video to judge the quality of it, and came across that piece. I said, well, where is that thing? I remember it. And I even remembered what it looked like. And said, okay, now I have a picture in my mind what I'm looking for. So I went looking for it. And then I looked all over, just not finding it. And then I did find it, but to honor a comment that I think was said by somebody in a previous video, or maybe it was on Ken's channel, after I found it, I went ahead and looked in a few more places, just so that I could say it was not in the last place that I looked. Is there any reaction? I need a button for a laugh track.
One of those laugh tracks.
Yeah, somebody there was some conversation recently about it's always in the last place you look. Why would you keep looking afterwards? Well, Doug would. That's something that Doug would do. All right.
Yes, you can always do that. It's an option, Doug. Yes.
It's an option to keep looking after you find it. Yep.
Yeah. Yes, because when I went eating with someone once, I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, my French fries went outside of the plate," and he said, "Well, feel free. The plate is just a suggestion." Yes.
Oh.
So you can do what you want. Yes, if you want to look for it after you found it, that's good too. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Now let me show you my symptom about the mouse being difficult to move from one screen to the other, because I figured this out. So here's the mouse over here. You can see it through that camera. Now, if I try to move it across to this monitor, watch what happens. It stops right there. It just stops right at the edge. I keep moving the mouse over and it won't go. It won't go over. All right. Now, if I bring the mouse down here, it'll go over just fine. Say again?
It doesn't like the toolbar at the top.
It doesn't like the toolbar is what you think. I'm gonna prove you wrong.
Okay.
All right, now watch this. Let's see. I got to move this microphone out of the way. If I come down here and move the mouse across this way, it gets stuck right here. It won't go past that. If I come back up to the middle, it'll go over. All right. Now watch this over here. Going from screen number 2 to screen number 1. If I come down here to the bottom, it won't go over. If I come up here to the top or middle, it'll go over just fine. It'll go back and forth just fine. If I come up here to the top and try to go over, it won't go over. I got to come down here. So here's the reason, and you should be skeptical. It's because these monitors aren't lined up on the same plane. This monitor's up here. When you try to move the mouse over here, it can't go over there because the monitor's down here. It can't go straight over because the monitor's down here. Same thing over here. Move the mouse. It can't go over here because the monitors aren't aligned horizontally.
Did you find that someplace or just try it?
That was a deduction, but we're not done. But I'm just giving a pause to react to this.
I have a question.
Go ahead, Catherine.
Why don't you align the lower monitor, the middle monitor, a bit higher?
That's a good thought. There's a good reason why I can't. Because the mounting screw holes on the back of this monitor is higher on the monitor than these two monitors. These two monitors on the sides have lower mounting holes. So when I mount them, they're up higher, and the bar that attaches these three, it's solid. It has no vertical adjustment. So the mounting plates for these are all in the same plane, but the mounting holes for this monitor are higher on the monitor, which makes it appear lower.
Yeah.
Okay?
Weird. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you even suggesting that, even thinking that, which I did, I also had the same thought. The monitors don't have an accelerometer in them. They don't have GPS sensor in them. There's no way that computer sitting behind me can know where those monitors are positioned in relation to each other, right?
Not that I know.
Yes, you can arrange the monitor in Windows.
Bingo. Ah, doggone it. There's Catherine. Another point.
What did she say? I didn't hear.
She said you can arrange them in Windows. So after I realized this is what was happening, I came over here to desktop. You know, that minimizes everything on all three screens. I want to bring this one back. Come over here, I'll right click in the desktop and go to display settings. And then bring this over and punch that up on screen for you. Here. Coincidentally, this is how I had them arranged in Windows. It's coincidental because there's no way that why isn't that picture-in-picture coming up? Oh, here. No, it's still not coming up. All right, there's no way that Windows knows that I have them this way. But now what happens here is if I just drag this one up, now I can, with the mouse it's down at the bottom of screen number 2, it'll go, yeah, it went right over. It's a little bit weird. Come up here to the top. Oh, I haven't applied that yet, have I? That's right. Well, that was going to make a liar out of me. So then I'll click apply. That applies it. Now, come down to the bottom, and it goes right over. Come up to the top, it goes right over. Come down over here to the bottom, goes right over. Come up here to the top, it goes right over. So then I started thinking about this, and I thought, well, there's some other things that can be done here. What happens if I do this and apply that? Speculations?
You create another problem.
Well, not a problem, but a symptom. So now I move the mouse across here. If I come across here, it won't move to the side. But if I move the mouse up on monitor 2, go up, then it shows up on the bottom of this monitor.
Yes.
So this is all a design so that you can have multiple monitors, or a top row of monitors and a bottom row of monitors, and they can be arranged any which way that you need them. And then,
So,
go ahead, Catherine.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Why don't you replace the monitor 2, for example, with the same model like monitor 1?
I might wind up doing that.
What? She's gonna be close. Yeah, you being done here? We're done. Okay, I'll be done.
Okay,
I could do that. I just don't have. Actually, my biggest reason why I'm interested in doing that is because it would be useful to have a monitor in that position that uses HDMI or DisplayPort. That monitor is only VGA or DVI. So I have a long cable that's DisplayPort on one end and DVI on the other. So there's no adapters. It actually is an adapter cable. So right now I have a 20-foot cable attaching that monitor. If I replace it with a monitor that's HDMI or DisplayPort, then I not only have to buy the monitor, a couple $100, but then I also buy the cable for it too. But this monitor works fine. It's positioned lower, but I don't really mind that. So
Yeah, I'm just asking
Yeah.
so I can be sure that you have not overseen something, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
I like to give you the idea, if you know what I know. You have to spend more money, but maybe it would make things easier for you too. Or yes.
yeah, I understand your point, but I don't see that I have any reason to do that, and I do tend to overlook things. So I appreciate you asking, and it also is useful, I think, to put the thought processes out there that other people watching the video, either now or later, might find usefulness in that. But here's another thing that I discovered. I got to show you this because this is funny.
Let me ask you a quick question, bud.
All right, Gary.
Are all three of your monitors discovered by Windows?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, not discovered, but in other words, by name.
Oh, let's go find out. So I'll right-click on the Windows button and choose Device Manager. And that showed up on monitor 3. Drag that over and then come down here to monitors. And no, as a matter of fact, only the one in the middle is detected by Windows. The other two, which are actually new monitors, I recently purchased them. Neither one of them were discovered by Windows.
What are they called? You put it in chat?
Yeah, Scepter is what they're called. I'll type it in chat. Here's chat window. SCEPTRE. Is that right? SCEPTRE. Yes.
Never heard of it.
Yes, I heard of it.
Yeah, my middle one's a notebook. And it's identified as generic, but the other two are identified.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I can pull up the Amazon. Let's do it this way. Amazon. All right. So, why is that a black screen? Oh, something's gone on with the Zoom. Let me try to fix that. I know it's a black screen right now. Let me see if I can fix that. Oh, I know why. Remember, I minimized all the windows, which included the Zoom window. That's why it was messed up. All right, so there we go. And then get back to
Sam's eating lunch. Didn't bring any for the rest of us.
So here in Amazon, if I go to orders and then type in SCEPTRE and search orders.
Leftovers from dinner.
So here it is, 24-inch, and it's 134. Oh, that looks like a
Breakfast.
I think that's lower price than I last paid for it.
That's the same one that you have?
Yeah. Or actually, oh no, I know what I'm getting confused. If I probably shouldn't be displaying that invoice.
Especially because you had a 20%.
Yeah, there you go.
Here. The time doing defrag and scan this.
139. Oh, yeah, last time I purchased it was $139.99, so it's a little bit reduced at $135. And do I still have one of those? I also like to keep these on hand. Oh, there's a blue light shift. that's even less expensive. There's another monitor that I like called BenQ that I've sold a lot.
Yes.
Yeah. And I like it better than these Scepters because these Scepters, when you take this stand off, there's a bracket here that means you can't mount the Visa mount flush against the monitor. You have to use some spacers, which typically come with the monitor.
Yes.
But then the problem is for those Dell microcomputers, these HDMI ports are interfering with the Visa mount. They're too close. So I can't use these monitors for mounting a microcomputer on the back. I could only use them for mounting on an arm like I have on my desk.
Yes. So could you not get you have a monitor arm for 2 monitors?
I have
Or
what?
At least 3 monitors.
Yeah, the monitor arm that these are mounted to is for 3 monitors, and
Yeah.
they're on the same horizontal plane. So I'm fine with these monitors as is. Oh, so I wanted to get, let's see. I was looking to see if I needed to mute the dog, but the dog stopped. So.
Oh, sorry, that's me. Yep, sorry.
All right.
My crazy dog.
All right. I wanted to get to show you this symptom. This could be a prank to play on somebody, but you need to be sure you know how to get out of the prank. I got to bring this up on screen. So here's these monitors, the display arrangement. What happens if you do this?
You regret it.
Yes. And I did it. I actually did it, and I applied it. What happens if you apply this? You cannot move the mouse to the other monitors at all. Not going to happen. So what I did to fix it is I used keyboard methods to use the arrow keys on the keyboard and the tab key to move around from one to the other and move the monitors back into position because I couldn't do it with a mouse. So here I'm tabbing through all the choices, and I want to simulate what it takes. I got to figure out, where do I get arrow control in the display screen? There it is. Yeah, you can see a slight little movement of the monitors when I hit onto them. And then I think I have to press the enter key to actually choose number 1 and then use arrow keys on the keyboard to move it. So you can manipulate these without having a mouse, but it was difficult. So I'm not going to apply that.
I have switched them for my wife, not because she wants just to mess with her.
Oh, yeah.
Because then when you go to the right, it stops and comes over to the left.
Right. So if you switch them this way, so now they're out of order, and I will go ahead and apply that. And then bring up this camera. So now I have my mouse here. If I come over to the middle monitor, across this boundary, it jumps all the way over here. So I come back this way, and it jumps all the way over here. So I can't get to that middle monitor unless I come all the way out to this edge, and then the mouse shows up over here. So just a way to mess with people.
Service call.
Yeah. So Josh, if Alex does that to you, you can blame me.
Josh only has one monitor.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Oh, well. Oh, by the way, I was wondering, let's see. Josh, your current computer, or if he's not there, Alex could answer. Is that a laptop or is that a desktop?
Which computer are we talking about? He's only got like 3 or 4 that I've worked on.
The one that he's talking to us today with.
It's his aunt's computer. It's a
Oh,
desktop.
it's his aunt's computer. But
HP
anyway,
desktop.
the new computer he's getting, does he already have a monitor and a webcam for that?
Yes.
Oh, all right. Got it. Because at some point I was of the impression that he was using a laptop.
Yeah, he has a laptop too.
Ah,
His laptop is a Dell.
Yes.
And
The laptop is the computer that you connected to the first time he got on here with you.
oh, all right.
Laptop was the Windows 10s ordeal,
Oh, all right.
the one that you connected to.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Are there any other subjects to talk about? Oh, Sam, you still here? Yeah. Did you get your Mac iMap Pop 3?
Oh no, that with my physio, her email issue. I did a bit of experimenting where I removed all my accounts off my computer, then installed Outlook. Then in the Apple Mail app, I added my Gmail again as POP3, then again as IMAP. So you have it twice, and it worked. I'm able to drag and drop between the two, but it's still syncing between the POP and IMAP. So it's still syncing on both. So I was wondering how to stop on the POP3 so it won't receive anything new, but the IMAP receives and syncs.
Okay. So what email client are you using? What?
The default, I'm using
Default
the
mail?
default Apple Mail.
Okay. So I
My
don't.
client,
With Outlook, the way I would do that is I would go into the configuration for the POP3 account and just delete the incoming server name, or there's an option in Outlook to tell it when doing a send receive which mail accounts to include in the send receive so that it stops receiving new mail into the POP.
Yep. I can share my screen if you want, so we can look at the Apple Mail.
Oh, sure. That's great. You're gonna...
Let me just close that.
I might need to go turn on. I might need to go enable screen sharing because that's
yes, you will.
That's turned off by default. So I'll do a. No, wait a minute. I did that wrong. Did I do? Oh, allow participants to share screen. Okay.
Yep, now I can share.
Try that
if I
now.
share my screen, I'm going to just share the Apple Mail window. Allow audio. Yep. Let's share. So there we go. Here's the mail. You can. So I've got currently the Gmail on the POP, and where do you think we should go from here to disable the POP from receiving anything?
Oh, enable this account. That check mark right
there. If I
there.
disable it, it will disappear in the program.
Oh, okay. Okay, so bring it back. Putting the check mark back. So and then show us on the IMAP account that it's the same email address.
Yep. Just display name distribution versus same.
Okay, great. And then go to the POP account and then server settings for the POP account and see what we could do here. What if you take out the password? So that
no, that it will just break and not respond at all and won't let me into the account and try to fix it.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand that.
So with the POP account or IMAP, if I change the password or remove it, it will not work until I actually have to put the password back in. The program won't respond.
Yeah, well, that isn't that.
No, I haven't actually get into the program. But keep on prompting me, please type in the password before proceeding.
Oh, so it won't let you into the program with an invalid password there. Okay, with you.
It must be all valid before proceeding.
Okay. With Microsoft Outlook, we can disable. We can actually delete the POP mail account and still have the PST file opening into Outlook, but the mail app in the iMac might not let you do that. So mailbox behaviors, let's look at that. That's
it's just nothing much.
Nothing much. All right.
Pretty basic.
So general, we're on accounts now. And then there's junk mail, fonts, viewing, composing, signatures, rules, extensions, privacy. Click on general.
Yep, sure.
All right, check for new messages automatically. New messages, sound. Okay, doc, unread, count, downloads folder, new message notifications, inbox only, after message. Remove unedited, archive, delete, automatically try sending. Free for open messages. When searching all mailbox, include results from. Scroll down. Did you just change the default email reader?
Yes, I did that because I'm using Outlook currently as my default email app.
Oh. All right. Is there something to scroll down to under?
No, I'm scrolling currently and nothing's happening.
And so under encrypted messages,
That's the
looks
last
like that's the end
option.
of it. Judging by that question mark in the bottom right corner, that supports that that's the end of that screen. We're just not seeing the whole screen because of the.
Correct. I can share my whole screen. Let me just do a new share. I'll share my whole screen. Yep, that's fine. Share. There we go.
What are we looking at?
I'm just wondering how to disable POP3 accounts in the Apple Mail app to stop receiving new emails. So I can migrate from POP to iMac for a client, which is very messy.
Yeah. Well, here's the reason why you want to stop having incoming mail to the POP account is because the intention is to completely switch over to use IMAP and eventually get rid of the POP. Okay. And you want to move all of the older messages from the POP inbox and other folders to the IMAP.
Like, for example, I've got this email POP, which is a store like Best Buy, and then can drag it to inbox. Bang, it's been copied to move to my iMac.
All right. And it's no longer visible in the POP inbox.
Correct.
All right. So why wouldn't you just go ahead and move everything over, then dump the POP account from the mail configuration?
The reason I would do it that way is, for example, is I don't want POP to sync it. I'll only do a few at a time to see is it still working. Because if it's not working, they can enable the POP and leave it.
Yeah, I'm inclined to think that the only problem you have is the nuisance factor of new mail still coming in on the POP.
Correct.
Eventually, you'll move everything older over and just don't move anything after today's date, or just totally ignore them.
That could work.
Just totally ignore the new ones that have come in.
Yep, you can also move folders. So you can also move whole folders. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're just going to have to go with that because it's...
Yeah. Yep, I'll see my client get back to me if she wants me to proceed. So, yeah.
All right.
Well, thank you for that.
Yeah. Does anybody else have stories or issues or questions? If not, we're going to put an end to this. We're a little over 2 hours. Let's come back to chat and see if there's something there.
Or like a little over 3 hours.
Is it over 3?
Yes.
Since the scheduled start time or the actual start time?
Scheduled start time. I didn't catch exactly what time.
Oh, yeah, because we were over an hour late because I had an emergency at a client's office.
Oh, so never mind. You're correct.
All right. Let's see. There's the comment about Catherine with the big beast and the holder for the holder for the iPhone. I was gonna look that up for you, so I'm gonna zoom up, and that is a MPAL MPOW is the name of it. So I'm going to go search my previous orders for MPOW. I think I've ordered other things that are made by that company. Yeah, here it is. Boom. Boom chakalaka. That's it right there. Here it is. MPOW selfie stick. So it has this, and there's another one that I ordered from them too, but I don't think I wound up liking that one so much. So I'll open this one up. Whoops, can't find the page. I guess that means it's no longer available.
You probably get similar.
Say again?
You'll probably get a similar product nowadays.
Yeah, so I'm going to paste that description and see what it comes up with. Here it is. This looks like the same one. 3-in-1 selfie stick, $10. And so it's got this tripod and it is extendable.
Oh, I have that one.
Yeah.
Is it good?
I like it. I like it a lot. Now it has a button here, right here to take a photo or do a video. They work over, that type of thing works over Bluetooth. I never found that to work very well, and I just don't hear that much about it. But I did try it on some occasions with this thumb on that button. Say again?
This is the same thing. This is the same thing that Doug has.
What that?
This is the same one that Doug has.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not
Okay.
it's not the same brand name, and you see here in the let's see, how do I see this one here, where it actually shows the remote control removed from that slot. In this one, the remote control is in the slot. So on mine, I forgot all about this. Is that, which camera is that? That's that one. Oh, because I had it turned over that way. This thing comes out somehow. There. Yeah, so it slides out as a separate remote control for starting the video or taking a photo. But I use it as the tripod mostly, and I'll take it with me sometimes, and just, there's this lever here and it folds up. So now it's just a regular selfie stick and can pull out like that. And this is a light, and it can charge here. I think that light is for helping with photos. And this is a spring mount. Whoops. And that pulls out. So it's pretty easy to set it in. And of course, I lost my charging cable again. These things, the legs pull out, and then throw this lock. Yeah, I use it a lot. The phone normally sits on it, and the only time I take it off of there is if I'm leaving, go somewhere. So I guess I'll put that link into chat.
Or you can put it in the description too.
The description, okay.
Of the video.
Of the video, yeah. There's a paste, and so if somebody could test that to be sure that it captured it all, because there's a limit. Oh, that's 223 characters, and I'm only allowed 200 characters right there where it says in orange 223/200. I can't click send because it's too long.
The URL shortener, one of those URL shortening websites.
Yeah, I don't have that at my fingertips. So URL shortening websites. Somebody has a favorite one, you could
bit.ly.
Oh, bit.ly. bit.ly. ly is a country code. Oh, that went to bit.ly.com. Sign up for free. Do I have to sign up?
No, just scroll down a little bit and
Oh, here. Paste that. And then shorten. And there's the shortened link. Control A to copy that. And then back to chat and paste that link. And then paste also the description, 3-in-1 selfie stick tripod. And paste that.
Yeah, someone's dog.
Okay.
Yeah, that's mine. It's gone crazy.
All right. So then I'm going to test that link. Yep, that works. And then I'll go to the video. Is it here? Yeah, I could do it here. I'll edit. And then, let's see, I'm going to take that off screen for a moment while I bring up my, clipboard history. It's okay. I'll be sure I didn't have somebody's password in on my clipboard history. So my clipboard history, I'll click 3-in-1 selfie tripod and then Windows key V to bring up clipboard history again, and then click on the link. And then save this. You'll probably have to refresh your browser for the YouTube video before that revised description shows up under this video. All right, so that covers that, the camera. Now I'm going to try to find where that was. Let's see, he said the tripod, phone holder, was it Control F and type phone? I still have an iPhone Plus. Click the down arrow, see if I can get back to that. I put a new case protector. Yeah, there it is. Where'd you get the holder for your iPhone? So that's where I left off in chat. I can turn the picture back on. That's where Uganda was asking for the code. Thanks for the shout outs from Ken. Mrs. K says thanks too. Asking, trying to start a business from Uganda. So that would tell me it's not the person that we saw in those videos on his channel. Madi laughing his what's a different word for A?
But
Oh, okay, thank you. I was trying to be a little more G-rated. It's a community.
that's not G-rated?
Well, did he say but?
What?
All right. I'll buy it. It's a different. The word that begins with an A. Laughing his butt off. Trying to spread around my state. It's a community garden. That's a business he's trying to start. Okay, interesting. The same for car keys. Not sure what that was referring to. Uganda. Yeah, not joined the meeting today. I already told you that. Let us keep hearing from you. I do these live streams on Saturdays, usually beginning at 11 a.m. Pacific time. We're currently in Pacific Daylight Time. Dan the man, adjust the position Windows display settings. That was right exactly. Other than the software, which I need to be skipping these. Let's get down to oranges. That's when I put in the name of that monitor. You just check to see if the monitors have a driver to tell Windows about them. I have found that on some monitor brands. Well, okay, let's go try. Now, he probably means by going to the monitor's website, but I'll just try this from Device Manager. I seriously doubt this will work. If I go to monitors.
A lot of the monitors now have the app in the App Store and the Windows Store.
All right, let me try this. With generic update driver for it, I really doubt it should have picked that up automatically if it's capable of doing that. So no, that doesn't work. So that would mean going to the monitor's website We could do that during this stream. Let's see, we're almost done. Kenny, why would my SSD have faster read-write numbers on Windows 10 than Windows 11? No, that's interesting. Well, you might be being. Okay, go ahead, Catherine.
Which version of Windows 11? Because there was an issue with SSD being slower, but I think it's now fixed.
That's a good point. And then also, how much different are the numbers, and have you tried it a statistically significant number of times? Because you can get different speeds just from one test to another. So if you haven't done enough tests, maybe do some more tests. You might find that there's not a significant or a consistent difference. Zavi says, remind audio. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, we want to get back to try to figure out what's going on with audio. Zavi reports that the audio from people in the Zoom sounds odd. Why do I have a connecting message? Did I just lose everybody? I'm not hearing anybody in Zoom. Are you guys still there?
And
Oh, there's somebody.
There you are.
All
you're
right.
back.
Did something go wrong there?
You dropped
Yeah,
out.
dropped.
I dropped out? Well, I think I dropped out while my phone was ringing. The client that had the trouble this morning tried calling me just now, and that seems to be the time when you had the problem. And remember, my phone is connected to the computer through that HDMI port, so maybe something was going on there.
Maybe. You should have had your phone on Do Not Disturb.
I had my phone on silent, so I'm going to dictate a text message here to him for a moment. I'm on a Zoom session. Are you having a problem? Oh, he just sent a picture and a text. Not getting current incoming emails. Can you look in and resolve, please? I think that's going to mean that we need to go ahead and... Well, no, let's not end the stream. Maybe what I'll do is let you guys talk amongst yourselves while I try to fix this problem real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that.
We're good at that.
You guys are okay with that?
Yeah, right.
Because you're real practiced at that with Ken.
Bill would,
Doug, I'm gonna get
Bill
up.
would do, you know,
I'm gonna step out.
last week.
All right, Chris, I hear you're leaving, and looks like I messed up the Zoom window again. Let's get that back. Why is that still black? Why is that still black? There it is on computer 2, but when I bring that up there, it's not there. All right, I'm just going to leave that on computer 2 for now. All right, so I'm going to mute my microphone, let you guys talk, and for the YouTube video to hear you, I have to not mute my microphone. I'll go talk to him in the other room. You guys can still yak away. All right.
Doug the very busy man.
Ever since I got my Apple laptop at the start of the year, I'm now getting a lot more Apple clients wanting my help. Alex, you're quiet.
Fortunately, my circle of friends, not many of them have Apple, thankfully.
Yeah, same here, but now Mum's telling people who want my help, oh, I have an Apple laptop, and now they're wanting me to help. They use Apple. Oh, no, it's usually good, fairly basic, but the one with the pop through to iMac is messy as hell. She's like over 12,000 emails, so it's unread. So it's like, and she doesn't want to lose them.
12,000 unread?
Correct.
she's an amateur compared to my wife.
Oh no, mum's worse. Mum's got like 78 unread. 78,000.
That sounds closer to my wife.
And no, mum ran our storage on a Google account, her Gmail, and then I'm with dad, and dad said, "Can you please clear up some old emails?" Sure. I checked her decade-old emails, and I found emails from about 10 years ago. Mum organising tutors for me for homework, things which are long gone, obsolete, and no longer needed. So I just started deleting those emails and cleared up about a gig.
Well, I still have my wife's her normal email account, or should I say her personal email account? Excuse me.
Yeah.
Her personal email account. I still have that running off POP3, so everything is downloaded onto her machine, and that's probably the best way for her to handle hers. Now, her business account, I don't know. The company takes care of that, and it's not my job.
No, it could be IMAP or Exchange.
Well, she uses it all through, I think, web interface. So.
Oh yeah, so it's probably IMAP or Exchange if it was synced to yeah.
What made Josh's build so entertaining is the fact that Jim couldn't hear us, but commentary couldn't respond. We were yelling at the screen like it was a Super Bowl, Super Bowl Sunday.
Oh, okay. You mean on Thursday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, the problem is I've never bothered to set up Zoom through OBS or have it show through OBS. That's the first thing. The second thing is that I have a free account, so I'd have to redo it every 40 minutes, and that would get in the way of what I was trying to do.
Yeah. I have the free Zoom account. Don't use it Zoom for much. Yeah.
But at least with the free account, if you're doing a one-on-one, like I'm doing something with Josh one-on-one, we could go for, they allow you to go for basically if you're just doing one-on-one. But the second somebody else comes in, it will be limited to 45 minutes.
Now, let's see. We've been. Doug's been live streaming for about, since about 3:15, 20 after 3, I think, East Coast time anyway. And looks like it's about, almost 5:30. So in that time, I have managed to redo the system. I am so glad that I'm transferring game files over instead of me having to reinstall every single damn one of these things. Because I would be here for probably the next 8 to 10 hours having to download all this stuff all over again, and I was not looking forward to doing that.
Yeah, agreed. I hate downloading. I can't help it.
I don't really play a lot of games. I don't play any games, to be honest with you. I just use it to talk to Alex and Doug and just do regular stuff on it. The new testing the dog was killing me because it's a memory hole, plus Windows is a memory hole.
We're talking about memory hogs. I wish Linux was more mainstream, that all my programs that I use or what most people use work on Linux. If it did, I would recommend it, but I can't really because it's not really mainstream.
No, and quite frankly, I'm thinking it will be.
No, it'll get a lot better, but it won't be mainstream.
I mean, let's see. Back in the, I want to say early 2000s.
Yep.
Roughly, Linux might have accounted for maybe, I want to say 3% of the desktop market. It's now down below, I think, 2.
Yeah.
So it hasn't gotten any better. It's gotten worse.
No. Well, more users are coming along, so yeah.
I'm actually working on my client's computer now, just take a little bit more, so you guys are still on your own.
Okay, cool, that's fine.
It's fine, don't worry.
I'll be glad to be running Windows 10 Professional instead of Home. I think Home defeats the crap because it wants you to update when it wants to do it.
Yeah, it does. That's the number one reason why I don't run home, because I've gotten so used to the group. Settings Hub ask me to notify me to download and install updates.
Oh, that reminds me.
Group
Yesterday.
policy is not usable on home.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yep. Oh, that reminds me. I was at a client's place yesterday, and I went. He wanted me to fix his Microsoft account, update his credit card. So I came over in person. We updated his credit card for his Microsoft Office subscription. Then after that, I said, "Oh, you've got an old version of Windows. Let's update." And for some bizarre reason, he has automatic updates disabled. He does not get notified for updates, and he hates doing updates. So the computer's left there from 2020 without any updates. So I spent
Don't recommend that.
No, he had Windows 10 build 2004. So what I did is just sat there doing updates, and I got into a newer version of Windows. I think I got into 20H1. So, and it's supported for a couple more months. So I told him, call me in a month and I'll come to do more updates.
Why didn't you just, if you had a Windows flash drive laying around, why didn't you just plug the flash drive in and load the setup so you wouldn't have to do all those updates and you could just get it?
Oh, I didn't think of that, but I just went to settings and just did updates that way, and it came 20H1. So that's what came up in settings. So
I had to do that once because when I was repairing somebody's computer, I didn't realize that I had a 2004, I think it was, and I think the latest version was like 21H1. So I had to let it sit there and do the updates. I didn't want to go back in and have to redo the like a USB again and reinstall it. So I just had to do the update.
Yeah. Also, I'm not a fan of reinstalling Windows for myself or clients unless it's like really bad or far gone. Or when you do a Windows update, it just keeps on crashing or giving you errors when updating. Then I reinstall.
That's what we had to do last night, but lucky for me and Alex, we made an image before we decided.
Yeah, we were
gonna take it out the Windows 10 and then we got around. We'll leave it on Windows 11. So, yeah.
Because of her games and her passwords and all, her not knowing her passwords to log in her games, and we just don't want the stake of her not being able to access her stuff because she's not technically inclined whatsoever.
Yeah, and she's probably about 90% of people.
Yeah.
I'll be 73 years old. So.
Yep. And that's why my parents want to upgrade my RoboForm subscription from a 1 user, me, to a family user, so maximum 5. So they have access to the password manager and they can have their own set of password saved, but they're terrible at remembering passwords.
Well,
yeah.
I have all of our website passwords for our website that I manage saved on my computer, my external hard drive. I even have them put in the save written down on a piece of paper. Something never happens to me, even though there's 16 characters a piece and there's like 5 of them. They'll be able to manually, painstakingly type them in and log in.
Yeah.
Well, I have a hard drive and I went to start using it and it wasn't even a terabyte.
No,
without pumping up on it and it just completely died. It didn't even want to verify the image. It just completely died. Completely.
My response was throw it out.
Yeah.
And the professor got a hold of Ken, and Ken ordered him a terabyte.
Yeah, but I'm being taken care of.
Yeah, passwords. Yeah, password manager. I do recommend password managers. But I was with one client. I was setting up her TV, and we're setting up all her free streaming apps in Australia. All the major networks, like for example, ABC, Australian Broadcasting Corporation, have their own catch-up TV service online, plus extra shows you can watch. But you have to make an account for all the services. So we're making accounts, and I said, okay, what do you want the password for this account? Same as my previous account. It's like, really? You're using the same password for everything? Yeah.
I do the same thing.
Yeah, I used to be like that.
I don't do that, but what I will do, what I am guilty of, is I'll use one password and then like change like one or two numbers or one or two letters.
Still. Also, with that client, who's a friend of Mum's, when I said, do you want a password manager? And I explained it to her. Then her response is too complicated. I'd rather the same password for everything. Really?
Well, I have to use the same password for everything because that's the only thing I know how to spell.
I used to be like that. My parents are kind of like that. If I'm on my phone or tablet and I'm quickly making an account and my password manager doesn't recognize, and my phone doesn't recognize the password manager, I'll use a generic password, the one I usually use. Then I'll change it later with the password manager. I've got some pretty long passwords.
Or you can just do what I do, and then if you need a long random password, just go to one of these automatic password generator websites and put in like a 15 characters and how would you want
16 digit. I do. I have used those websites. Sometimes I use those websites if I'm on my computer and my password manager won't generate the password, like a random generated one. RoboForm, I will use those websites.
That's what I've done for our website, and I've got a plug-in on our website that tells me how many times people have tried to log in, and every attempt is failed because I don't figure they're going to be guessing, or completely random gibberish passwords that are 15 characters long.
When I was at university last year doing my cybersecurity course, one of my teachers said I recommend at least 16 characters, not 15, but 16. Because 16 gives it a bit more complexity for a computer to crack.
Okay, I'm back.
So what did you do, Doug, to fix the issue?
I'm going to show you the message that he sent me and then explain the fix. This is the client that had the trouble this morning that I did a restore of last night's Mac Dream Reflect backup. They are using email accounts that they have one that is IMAP, their old domain name, and their newer domain name is hosted by Microsoft, so it's Microsoft Exchange. So both of these are using OST files. I did a full restore from last night's backup. So with that much information, I'm wondering if anybody's got a speculation as to what the problem was. And I'm going to show you in a minute. This seems right up Gary's line.
No, I don't feel.
Well, Gary's muted. Gary's muted, so if he's trying to answer the question.
A corrupted OST file?
Close. I'm going to show you the error message that came up. Let's see, it should be this one. I'm going to do this on the split mode so I can see it on screen before I send it to you. So here, let's see if I go ahead and send that. So here I'm going
I dog
to
again.
click to bring up my phone, and that's what the message is, and that's fine. I've got it zoomed in close enough so you don't see any of his identity, and then I'll send that live. So here's the message. Outlook is using an old copy of your Outlook data file.ost. And then I should be able to just bring this out. It says exit Outlook, delete the file, and restart Outlook. The new file will be automatically created next time you initiate a send receive. So that sounds pretty straightforward, right?
Yep.
Makes sense. I restored a backup from last night, which has an old OST. It doesn't have the emails that came in today. Now there's Zoom messed up again. All right, let's do it this way. Somehow my Zoom button is not bringing up the right content. So I went I went into my kitchen and actually had to go into the pantry, the little pantry, and close the door so that I could talk to him without him hearing your conversation in the background. And told him that I'm on a Zoom session right now, but I can fix it remotely. I don't think it'll take long. So I connected remotely to his computer. Took a little longer than I expected because when I tried to rename the OST files, I don't like to just delete. So I changed the name to put in the word old at the beginning of the file name. And it told me that it couldn't rename the file because the file is in use by Outlook, but Outlook was actually closed. So I went into Task Manager looking for Outlook, did not find it. I'm thinking, okay, what's going on? So then I exited Teams because I use Microsoft Teams and still got the same message. So my error was in Task Manager, I was looking for Outlook. It's listed as Microsoft Outlook in the M's section. So when I found that, I ended task and then renamed the two OST files and a OSM or something else. I think it's some kind of an index file or something. I renamed all three of them that were there that had last night's date and timestamps on them. Then I tried launching Outlook and it came up to a blank screen, did not immediately start bringing emails in. Waited a little while, didn't work, so I clicked on the X in the upper right corner to close Outlook. I figured I'd just try launching it again. And I got a not responding message before I did the X, actually. Not responding message on Outlook. It didn't bring any emails in, so I closed it. And checked Task Manager, be sure it's completely closed, and then launched it again, and it brought all his emails in. So back to working. I put in a message on screen. Does this look right? He said yes, and we're done. So that's it. Not a huge deal, but I tell you what, the client, and I have this consistently among my clients, they routinely can send me a text or make a phone call. They can get straight through to me, not through some front office receptionist. And we try to fix it right then and there without waiting for an on-site visit. And they get charged whatever amount of time I take on it. That's my business model, and my clients are happy with it. All right, moving on. So I heard you guys talking a lot. I haven't heard any peep from anybody since I started describing that. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we're doing.
okay.
There you go.
All right. Now we're still need to deal with the sound issue that Zavi was bringing up. Well, what can I do with it today? From last week, we found that if I plug in my headset, they can't hear you anymore. So I'm going to try that. I better bring up chat room again. Let's see. Let me turn off the split mode in XSplit. And let me see if I can resolve that Zoom button. because I'm just getting a black screen here. Yeah, looks like I can. Okay, that resolved it. I think that probably happened when I dropped out. You know, when my phone was ringing. And
Yeah.
I think that's when that the configuration of the Zoom session, because you guys in Zoom, you actually lost me in Zoom. It wasn't just the
Right.
YouTube, right? Did I also get dropped on YouTube? Was I offline on
No.
the live stream was still going? All right.
Yes.
That's interesting. Let's bring chat back up and see if there's anything else about the audio. Let's see, this should get me, yeah, chat. Savvy's reminder, Sam will try the drag and drop with a client. If she comes back, she might go with another IT. Whoops, jumped on me again. Where? Okay. I'll go with another IT. As I was saying, her email setup is so messy. Okay.
Yeah, it is messy. Yeah.
All right. That email I had, which was from JB Hi-Fi, is an Australian and New Zealand version of Best.
Best Buy.
Oh, Best Buy. Oh, buy on the next line. Look at the next line, Doug.
Yep.
That was my link. All right. And then Javi. Oh, he left. He stepped out, I guess. Both a pro version. Let's see. I'm looking for orange. I'm really not comprehending these ones that I'm skipping past. DDT, I would worry about the SSD being used on your client's machine. Yeah, I'm a little concerned about that. Is there actually something wrong with that drive? I was less concerned about that when I saw that there was a Windows update in progress, thinking that I think what happened, the computer was actually working for him this morning, and when I got to his office, he described to me what happened. He was working on his computer with a client in his office. He turned around to talk to the client. When he turned back to the computer, it was on that Windows could not start. Actually, not Windows. It was the first photo that I showed you, which was about repairing the drive.
It was like doing a scan disk.
Yeah, it looked like a scan disk. Which I have seen on occasion that Windows Update will do a reboot even if you're actively working on it if you've been ignoring it too long. And I'm thinking that's what happened. And because he had so many programs open that do not take kindly to an unexpected reboot, I'm thinking that may have caused some file structure problems. And therefore, Windows was doing the scan disk while there was a Windows update that had partially completed. Because the Windows update first does its portion prior to the reboot. Then it wants a reboot. When I restored that image from last night and turned it on, it immediately went into installing updates and showing me the progress with the graphical image of counting through the percentage. So when that forced reboot occurred, he had lots of programs open causing the file structure damage. Then scan disk occurring at the interim of a Windows Update installation. I think that may have just been a situation that Windows was not able to recover from, particularly since there was no system restore point and there was no registry backup, which are both things that are part of Windows inventory of methods to perform a recovery from. Which those 2 points, I'm intending to put out videos on fixing those.
If you found something before I'm on my computer.
It was on when I checked it.
Okay, now Catherine's turn.
Doc, I have a question.
Yeah.
Why don't you put the customer's PC not on only update outside the business hours?
I didn't catch the end of that.
Okay.
Say again.
Why don't you put the customer's PC, yes, not to the point where it updates only outside of business hours? So let's say when he works from 9 to 5, that these updates do not happen within the business hours.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I'm sure I've already done that, and that doesn't. In order for that to work, you have to close down your. I think you have to close down your programs. You have to exit your programs. They don't do that. They leave all the programs open, everything that they use through the day. And I've talked to them about this, but today might have been a lesson for them, because I told them this appears to have happened because you've been ignoring restarting your computer when it's got that prompt down in the bottom right corner, and you guys leave all your programs open. And I've told you this before, and here's the gotcha. If you're going to do that, you need to close your programs and restart your computer when it needs to install updates. Yeah, I'm sure I've made the setting for install updates after hours, but if you keep forcing it to not reboot by leaving your programs open, I think it just does it.
So
In my memory,
Now, wait a minute, Josh, you're interrupting Catherine. Catherine's talking. Wait your turn, okay? Catherine?
it is creating a problem of its own, yes? Because he just let it restart after an update, yes?
Right.
And by not doing that, he created a problem of its own.
Yeah.
Yes?
They understand that they created this problem, and
Okay.
I came to the rescue.
So he can pay the invoice as well, yes? So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's good.
Okay. Josh, go ahead.
what I actually think, Microsoft recommends you restart your computer at least once a month. Isn't that not so the standard?
Yeah, I don't know if they've actually come out with a specific recommendation, but whether they have or not, this company doesn't really care about Microsoft's recommendations. They charge like over $300 per hour for each of their CPAs, and they have lots of programs open. They're heavily into Microsoft Teams, is the way they communicate between each other, and they just consider too much pain to close down their programs and restart their computers. And they've had a few occasions. They have a young boss now. It's taken a little while for me to train him. I had some very rough encounters with him. He wants me to fix things without restarting the computer. Hey, no, find somebody else. I'm not going to do your work anymore. I've told them that. I want you to find somebody else to do your work, because you're asking for things that simply cannot happen. And I've even put that into my invoices to them, and I've charged them extra fees for causing me stress.
Yep, you do.
Good.
And
I was just gonna say, Doug, don't you have an option to reboot on your end?
Oh, yes. And and when this new boss came in, he got upset at me for doing that to his computer at night. And I explained to him that's going to cause you problems. And he said, I will deal with those problems. And so I said, okay. And so I just charged them extra. If this young whippersnapper
Doug, I have a question.
let me finish my story first. Yeah, if there's been occasions when I've had it out with him in shouting matches, and I wind up charging them an extra hour or two, and whatever time it takes me to calm down and be able to get productive again, I charge them for it. And I write that in. This is a what did I call it? I don't remember what I called it, but
Aggravation text.
something like that. Something like that. Yeah, it's very clear that I'm charging you this because you caused me stress, and that's unacceptable. It's unacceptable for me to. I will not continue charging you. If you continue causing me the stress, I'm not going to service your account anymore. And we've been finding our way through it. It's getting better. It's been better. It's gotten better. So Josh, go ahead.
Are they running off of an FFU or are they running off a mechanical hard drive?
That was an M.2 NVMe on a fairly recent computer.
Then it shouldn't take that long to reboot.
True, but they're not concerned about the reboot time. They're concerned about the time of closing down all of their programs and then reopening them. And the spoiled brat syndrome comes into play here.
Yeah.
And you thought you were done raising children, right?
Yeah. Well, they have a number of programs where they can have the program open and multiple tabs for different clients open because they bounce around to different things. So these programs don't just reopen all of their open tabs and windows. So it's easy to not appreciate how much time it does take for them. And keep in mind, they're working 10-hour days, 7 days a week currently. They are under stress. They've got deadlines with their clients. They've got conversations with their clients that are difficult. How many CPAs feel deep gratitude from their clients? I tell you what, I get a lot of gratitude from my clients. I don't think CPAs get that much. How frequently does a CPA get to give good news to a client? I mean, it does happen. Sometimes a client is getting pays less taxes than they were expecting. All right, so I actually don't think there's a problem with that NVMe drive, but I will check up on it. I'll check up the health status on it. That's easy to do.
I appreciate you, Doug.
Thank you. Sam, after this live stream Zoom, I will take the dog for a walk, head off to the city so I can buy a new Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, game, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. John and Chad, have a nice weekend. Enjoy the first day of spring tomorrow. Is that so? Ida, I have one CPA client. She makes a mess with the tax files, placed them all over, but where they belong. Oh, did you notice? Did I? Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. I don't know if I dare bring up this phone on screen again. Oh, yeah. Oh, I got to show you this. I told you this office has a new boss. It's the owner's stepson. Well, they're co-owners now. But anyway, so Senior is taking a back seat and letting the new guy run the thing. But this man has been my client and man I really admire. That's the father, not the stepson. I have some admiration for the stepson. He's going to really make this business big. He's quite a go-getter. But anyway, I want to show you this. This man is one of the most organized people I know. See those notepad, those sticky notes?
Yep.
His is neat and orderly and just really thoroughly enjoyable man on every front. But I always get a kick out of He uses these sticky notes, and they're always nice, neat, and orderly. Oh, I got some messy offices that I deal
Yeah.
Oh, you can see the disaster area behind me.
with.
Oh, my
Yeah.
desk is messy as where I work from home.
All right. Well, let's see. Messed in files. Okay, so that's a Kenny, live and learn. Chris, you have a shouting match. I cannot see that. Yeah, there's a lot of people that I've come across that have a hard time seeing me angry or imagining me angry. I can get very, very angry. That typically happens on tech support calls where I'm calling the tech support of a software company or a hardware company, and I'm dealing with somebody that is just not a technician. Some people have to learn the hard way. All right, so that's caught up there. Let me.
Wish there was a way that people like us could let the other person on the other end know that we actually know what we're talking about, or they could give a specific number for people like us to call or talk directly to somebody instead of having to go through all their automated channels. But that's not the way it works.
Well, there is sometimes a way to do that if you're willing to pay, because like with Dell and HP, you can get premium level support where you get straight to a tier 3 technician. And I have done that in the past on some server installations. So let's test the audio here. All I'm going to do to test this is I'm going to plug in the headset, and I'm expecting that that's going to, oh, that's interesting. I'm going to do this 2 different ways. Yeah, and I'm expecting that the chat room's not going to be able to hear the people in Zoom anymore. So I need somebody in chat to type in chat whether you can still hear the people in Zoom or not. So here I'm going to plug it in and then ask, go ahead and say something. The people on watching the video should still hear me, but go ahead and say something in Zoom. I saw Josh lips move. I see Sam's lips move. So that gets a couple. I saw Jim rub his nose, but I don't think that was audible. And now there's Jim's lips moving. So tell me in chat whether you heard that or not. I didn't have the earpieces in my ears, so I didn't hear anything. Chris says cannot hear. Kenny says nothing. Now I'm going to plug this in.
Hey, go! I did that dinner.
Vegemite. This video brought to you by Vegemite.
Yeah, Australia. Yes. Yes.
Now we gotta bring in fun food, though.
Oh boy, Vegemite. I didn't know that was a real product. Was that?
I'm probably one of the few people.
It's very Australian, and a lot of foreigners don't like it.
I'm probably one of the few people that's not in Australia that would like it.
Oh.
Yeah, but when you have Vegemite, you don't put on like a big mountain of it like your peanut butter. You put maybe a thin layer, about 1 millimeter of Vegemite, if that. Very thin layer.
All right. So I'm back here on the back side now. I think you can see me here now. So I'm going to plug in this headset at another connector on the back side, and then test again. So let's see. I see Tony Wallow says okay now. So I'm going to plug this in. Now go ahead and say something in Zoom. Okay. So there I heard some voices. Now tell us in chat, did you just hear Catherine and Jim and Josh? I'm hanging over the screen here, waiting for a result. Waiting. No audio. Okay, that's enough. I'm gonna plug it back in.
So one of those containers of Vegemite will last you what, a year, Sam?
No, maybe depending, but maybe a month. I have it a lot, so maybe a month or so. This is about 560 grams.
Stan, you can also put the Vegemite into salad sauce.
Oh, I haven't heard that, but what's also nice is a toasted sandwich. So you put cheese and Vegemite in a toasted sandwich. That's nice.
Okay, so here's another thing I'm going to do to test the audio. Now, actually, the only one who has reported anything amiss about the audio was Shavi, and I don't think he's here anymore. Is anybody else hear something about the audio from the people in Zoom, other than me, that where the audio sounds tinny or metally? I think he was describing. So does anybody else think the audio could be improved? I'm waiting for a response. I'm going to go.
I'm just trying to find out the CD stripes as tinny because I cannot hear the tin, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. When I listened to last week's video, I really liked the sound of it. I mean, the Zoom audio is going to be limited by whatever microphones and background noise you have on your sides, but I'm thinking it's been working pretty good.
You want to go a smidge down with the master what is it called? The master microphone in OBS or in XSplit.
Yeah, an XSplit. Okay, so there could be volume adjustments there. I'm also wondering about moving the microphone farther from the speakers, or even turn different, because the speakers right now are kind of a little bit behind the microphone. Now, Zavi's comment here, I'll bring it back up on screen. Why the audio from Zoom of all the participants other than you do not sound good, still not clear, sound metallic and echo. So
maybe it's on his end and not on ours, because I cannot see the issue.
yeah, he joins you guys sometimes on Ken's channel, doesn't he?
Yes.
All right. So how does, when he's participating there, he's not hearing, he's, well, maybe sometimes he is hearing the audio through the YouTube video.
You're talking about in Zoom? Because if you are, I've never seen him get in the Zoom Ken's.
You've never seen Javi get in on Zoom?
No.
Okay. I don't know. I thought I saw him there once, but I may be wrong. But even that's not going to be that's not going to what if he watches Ken's live stream while a Zoom is going on, I'd be interested to know whether he thinks the audio from the Zoom participants on Ken's videos is better than mine, or vice versa. And then also, when he comes into the Zoom session on my videos, because he does do that sometimes on my live streams, does the audio through Zoom sound okay? But you guys haven't been complaining about the audio through Zoom, right?
It
sounds.
I did notice. Yes, I did notice on last week's video that the Zoom, us in Zoom, like what he was saying was sounded off.
All right.
I think what it is you don't have your audio, your desktop audio output set up correctly in XSplit, and it's just picking up the audio from the microphone.
Yeah, it is, and I've looked around in there. I don't see where to get it. The audio from the Zoom application to go direct through to XSplit without going through the speaker and the microphone. I know that on the old system it did, because on the old system, I was able to plug in a headset, and through YouTube, they still heard.
All I can tell you is, since I use OBS, OBS has a little desktop audio setting.
Yeah.
And you can click on the little gear icon to change your output device in OBS to whatever your actual speakers are connected to. And when I do that, if I have somebody on the Zoom and I'm live streaming on YouTube, yeah, you can hear the Zoom and my voice just fine.
I'm thinking you're on the right track, and I just need to figure out where to do that. And maybe one method I can use to do that is to fire up the old computer and compare its settings, because there's got to be some place in there where it happens. Yeah. Okay. So I will pursue that. Let me try one other thing. I'll show you here with this. Here's the Blue Yeti microphone, and here's one of the speakers, and there's another speaker over this way. So I'm going to just try moving this microphone, and then I'll come back and listen to the video later and see if this moment makes a difference. So we've already been hearing you. So here I've got the Blue Yeti moved away and actually pointed towards the speaker. So go ahead and give me some conversation from the Zoom room.
Oh dear, what now?
All right, that wasn't very much. Somebody else, come on. Stop your stage fright.
Why do you want to sit on the stage?
This is a tough room, man. That's all there is to it. It's a tough room.
Yeah.
But you're here all week.
It's like, stop talking so I can say something. Or it's talk now. No, we won't.
Why did Gary all of a sudden decide to unmute himself after being muted for so long?
Because I wasn't in the room.
Oh, yeah, that would work. That would be a reason.
I was eating some pizza from last night.
All right.
And for everybody that didn't hear it last night, it was a fish pizza.
A fish pizza. Oh.
I'd rather ham and cheese.
I don't do ham and cheese on pizza.
All right.
It'd be almost like spam.
So
spam. Anyway.
You know what? There's lots of other adjustments I could do here, but the right way to do it is to get it to go through the computer, from the app to the computer, the right way to fix. So I'm not going to mess with these adjustments. I was about to start doing that, but I think that's still. Oh, Javi's here. He says now it's better. Was that because of where I had the microphone? But still, that is not the ideal solution. So, Javi, when I have the microphone here pointed towards the speaker, is this when you're saying that it sounds better than it was earlier? I'm dizzy myself watching that camera. All right.
What's going on with your camera? You look very blurry.
I went blurry?
That is, I can tell you exactly what that is. That is the sunlight coming through my window. And yes, my blind is down, but it's just because of the sunlight. It's so bright coming through the window.
Okay.
All right.
You won't see it tonight on Ken's Zoom because it'll be dark.
Okay.
All right. So Shavi says yes. So that would be that it's better with that microphone that way. So I'll listen to that myself. But the real answer, I think the right solution to this is to get XSplit to be picking up the audio from the app itself instead of over the speaker and the microphone. Kenny says it sounds better. Well, that's going to be interesting. That might be the a reason for a difference from last week to this week, because I don't know the place. Oh, I do know. The Blue Yeti, I think, was over on this part of the desk over there. And the speakers, have I moved them since then? Maybe. So it could have been a different placement. V says, if I remember, the mic was in a box before. In a box?
Yeah, you had it.
Oh.
You had it sitting in that whatever that was.
Yeah,
It's got a different stand.
yeah. That cradle, that was a suspension cradle that is suspended by rubber straps to prevent sounds from a desk being transferred to it. And those typically come on in a boom mounted microphone. It's a device that you'll see on other YouTube channels where they have their microphone on a boom, and you'll see that kind of device. Okay, so I was going to tell an embarrassing story on myself, or a silly story of some stupid little thing that I had.
Was that about last Friday night?
No, not last Friday night. Were you there?
I was watching.
Something that I had been doing wrong for years. It's a silly little nothing. And when I came in with my sandwich, I realized that I needed to bring in some paper towels. Which way do I do this? Let's see. I guess I should go to this button. Not even that one's good. Go to this camera.
Wipe your microphone so you don't knock it over.
Do what to it?
Wipe your microphone so you don't knock it over.
All right. Oh, that microphone is so heavy. I'm not going to knock it over. I might bump it. So here's this paper towel holder. And I realized, oh, I'm almost out of paper towels. It means I need to change paper towels. For many, many years, I would unscrew this knob, unscrew, take it off, take the old paper roller off, and put the new one on. Somewhere along the line, I discovered that I could just do this.
No.
That would be a funny thing.
I bet it holds 2 rolls of toilet paper also.
And just because it has a knob up there to unscrew, of course, being a Doug,
Yeah.
I figure I have to unscrew
Good
it.
dog. Oh no.
That's something a Doug would do.
Yeah.
And what age does that start happening?
What?
I'll do similar.
What age does that start happening?
What age does it start happening that I start doing stupid
Yeah.
things because I'm a Doug?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Doug, you're already reaching mean status.
Mean status?
I'm a GIF image. Well,
Yes.
Too many thought tracks going on at the same time. You're saying that I'm already reaching mean status. Do you mean
Yes.
grumpy?
M-E-M-E.
M-E-N-E?
yep,
No.
meme.
Oh,
Meme.
meme.
Oh.
M-E-M-E, meme.
Yep.
Oh,
Yes, mean status. It's being a dog.
being a Doug. All right.
Yes.
All right. Well, YouTube has a new feature called clips or something like that. What's
Shorts.
say again?
YouTube shorts.
No, not shorts. They got a newer thing, newer than that. Let me see if
Okay.
let me see if I can bring it up. I don't know if my channel has this yet, but it would be perfect for this kind of thing. Let's go. I'm going to go look at last week's video and see if it's there. Oh, no, I can't do it from my YouTube studio. I have to go. Oh, but I did go to my channel. Why is it not showing up there? Try it again. See if it works. Live chat. What? Not there. Okay, let's go try on a recorded video. New, not that one. Maybe this one. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so here's one of my videos from the past when I was, I think, showing the upgrade to Windows 10 to Home to Windows 10 Pro. And I scroll down here, there's this new thing here called Clip. Whoops, I got to turn off picture in picture. This new thing here called Clip. And when you click on that, you can put in your own description of the clip that you're about to create from my video. This is a short clip, whatever. You guys can do this to my videos or to somebody else's video, and you can pick a clip anywhere in that video, and it has to be something like somewhere between 5 seconds to 60 seconds, I think. And so you're creating a little clip in there, and then share the clip, and you can share that out to somebody on email or Twitter or Facebook or something like that. And it's intended as a way for the audience on a channel to, help get the channel more known by sending clips of it that you think are funny or interesting or whatever. Send it out to people. So you're welcome to experiment with that on my videos if you want to.
Yeah, so we can make a short clip about being a dog.
Being a Doug. Yeah, you could go take a little clip about that, about being a Doug, and even my towel thing, my towel demonstration there. You could just take a clip of that and then share that out. It shares out to your own Facebook or Twitter or whatever else those items were, email and so on. So, yeah, I'd love for you to do that. That's an extra way for people to show support who don't have enough extra money laying around to be donating money. That's a great way to support any content creator on YouTube.
When did they come out with that?
And I got a notification from YouTube just a week or two ago. I think they only came out with that within the. It was probably in a trial mode over the last, few months before they make it more broadly available. And I think they said that it was, but maybe not available on all channels. And as a matter of fact, let me go show you that. Let me give you a link to this about their explanation for it. Oh, here's another neat thing to show. I'm going on to my, this is my monitor number 2. I'm going to pause that video and then come up here to the 3-dot menu for Google Chrome and then history. And because I'm using my Google Chrome account signed in on my different computers, I can see recently watched videos on my different computers. So what I'm looking for is, I think it was on giveaway field service code. So I'm looking to see where their YouTube's video about that was. And I don't think I'm viewpoint. No, I think that was too far ago in history. But here, if I click on history, I think I see more. No, that still doesn't go back far enough. So where would it be? How about if I go to Studio, because it was in here recently. Roundup, no. Go back, and it was called Clip. Okay, so YouTube Clip feature. I want the one from, that kind of looks like it. Let's see if this one was it. All right, I'm gonna, yeah, Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's exactly it. I'm not showing this because I don't want to get a copyright violation for playing a YouTube company video. And I'll go paste this. It's a short video, 2 minutes long, that is from YouTube staff member. YouTube staff explains YouTube clips. There, you can go watch that if you like to know about how that works. So we dealt with the audio issue. Were there any other remaining issues? I don't think so. I think we're ready to say goodnight, Gracie.
Whatever you say, George.
Mike was in a box. I'm looking at chat to see if there's any last things. You go onto Tenor keyboard and you search Sam Lazar, you will find me. If you go onto Tenor key, I don't know what Tenor keyboard is.
And Sam just walked away.
Oh, all right. YouTube Shorts trying to be TikTok. Yeah, YouTube Shorts definitely a different animal, completely different. I'll call it a Biden moment, and that's mine. Okay, so that's it. Let's say goodnight. In the Zoom.
Be next week.
All right, see you next week. If not sooner. I'm getting close to being able to do videos, maybe in live streams more often. Darren, Alex, Jim, Josh, Sam, Gary, Catherine, and who's the other one? Oh, Doug. Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye, Doug.
Seriously, thank you for being here. All right, I'm going to go in the Zoom session. And that's not it. Oh, here it is. 3, 2, 1, goodbye. And then punch. Where is it? Which button? Where's the button that gives my email address? No, it's not that one. Where is it? Not that one. Oh, here it is. There it is. There's my email address. I'll learn these new buttons. I haven't heard Blackwatch's reaction to my new buttons. I like these buttons a lot. I like them. That's the one right there. It says camera, email. DougBetts at LiveWindowsTraining.com if you'd like to request a free computer support session. And that's available for anyone. Now, today there was a new person in the chat room that wanted to come into the Zoom session. I said, let's get to know you a little bit better first. I don't think that's necessary for me to do a one-on-one support session. They'll be recorded, and then I'll upload it and publish it later, as long as you're not somebody that's just being a troublemaker. But I don't want to bring somebody that into the Zoom session that we don't know a little bit yet, because sometimes those are troublemakers. So there you go. Have a great day. I hope this is useful. See you later. Bye.